Audio check, audio check. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. What is up?
You know what I like about this starting?
What do you like about this starting screen?
It's where we just left off.
It is where we left off in the case, like the background, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wicked. Okay, let's widen the screen so everyone can see what we're talking about. Boop. Hello. Act 2 begin. Okay, now we gotta. We're no longer at Act 2 begin. Oh wait, no, wrong name.
Speckled Dan?
Herlock Sholmes, baby. Let's go. He's the new star of the show. Oh wait, that doesn't fit. Oh, he's too big. Sherlock Sholmes is too. Wait, maybe I can like. Let's just put that over there. There. We'll do this. There we go. Herlock Sholmes, baby. Because his fabulous time is fucking hilarious every time. Oh, what's up? Am I gonna go with pizza and cola today? Yeah. We're pretty excited. We had a fun day today, so we went out, did some shopping, played some Dance Revolution. And that has resulted in good feels and sore legs.
Yes. But it's been so long since the date day that was awesome.
Yeah, it has been a very long time since we've been able to just go out and just, do whatever, have a chill day. So, do I have anything relevant? I thought I had a magnifying glass somewhere. I don't think I have a good prop for this. I have an I could always throw Onomichio on. Whether he's, relevant or not. Onomichio is pretty fantastic. But I'd like there to at least be something orange related. I don't know, you know what, I guess the pop stays. Yeah, we'll just shuffle them around though. There we go. Perfect, look at that. Graphic design, perfect. That's graphic design is my passion. I friggin' love that image. Okay, I think we should actually get to the game. The thing that we were here to do. Our duty. Continue from our last session. Oh my god, we start playing from the save game data. Yes, let's do it. So
the ballerina got called to the captain's quarters and kicked us out of the room.
yeah, we're not allowed to look at her knot snake or whatever she's got in there.
Pet that she won't tell us what it is, but it's totally a snake.
It's gotta be a snake. That's my guess. 9th of January, SS Buria, first class cabin passageway.
I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that.
I wish we'd managed to find some clue as to what speckled band might be. What could it be?
We didn't manage to investigate at all.
Well, I mean, we found out some stuff about our neighbor.
Yeah.
There's that.
And I imagine that we won't be able to for a while longer.
Man, yeah, you know what I'm realizing is midriff now.
Yeah, when he
I
was
think
sitting, that's what I said. I like
you
this little
mentioned it
window
before.
To his belly button.
Oh, see, I'd be confident enough to wear that if I didn't have a hairy gut.
You could shave it.
I could shave it, but
That's maintenance.
that's
You gotta
maintenance.
Keep that up.
I don't have to deal with that. We'll never get past beef stroganoff. He's clearly glaring at us as if to say, "Don't even think about it." Oh, wait a minute. Our room is open. We can go there.
Let's go back.
What is it?
Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where'd he go? You think he's still in the other room, just fucking chilling?
Oh, yes. He's completely disappeared.
When did he do that? Bless you.
After you put your handcuffs back on.
He slipped away as quietly as the wind. Not before ensuring these were securely back on my wrists. Converse is not even an option. Wait, can I I guess I have to. Can I converse with you? Yeah, can we chat? Really wish we'd had a chance to look around Miss Pavlova's cabin. Huh? What? Why you look like that? You want something? Maybe you want me to throw you out again, Oh, no, definitely not that. No, we're good. Next time I have to throw you out, I show you where lobsters spend winter. Understand? I don't, and that makes me more scared.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's not where they spend summer?
Is it not where they spend summer? Whoa. Maybe I should steer clear of him until he's forgotten my face. I should go get a new face.
I don't think he'll ever forget your face, Naruhodo-san. You're a murderer.
Okay, well, I believe we've only got one option. First class cabin numero uno. That's our cabin. Let's go.
Not our cabin. It's Kazuma-sama's.
She had a
What?
lower class
Sorry?
one and you're a stowaway. None
Yeah.
of us own that cabin.
Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin.
You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home. Anyway, I wonder if Inspector Hosanaga's managed to uncover any new clues.
Yes, we should probably find him and ask.
Okay, let's look.
Well, Biff's not by that other door.
I don't think he'll let us go that way, but let's look at the other door. Let's see. Can we try?
That door leads to the second class area.
It's locked. I can't open it.
Okay.
But of course.
No, well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape.
Come on, man. You've seen how crazy things are getting right now. Can't possibly be me. Can I? Okay, I gotta do it that way. Alright, let us move. Kazuma's cabin. And then this guy who's like a third the size of Biff in here. But this guy probably knows something like the Susato takedown to make up for it. He's probably got his own super move. It looks like they're still investigating in here.
He's just got more decks.
Yeah, this guy's the dex build. The other guy's the strength build.
Yes, on that subject, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga is unscathed.
What do you mean unscathed?
Surely you haven't forgotten, have you, Naruhodo-san?
He's gonna die for this.
Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of this cabin to investigate? He was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you.
Oh, yes. I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know. Is he around? Is he? Oh, he's been chilling there this whole time while we're talking about
By
him.
the chair, so he can sit down in between
Oh.
the waiting. Oh, he's been beat up.
Hosonaga, you look a little rough. Ah, you're back. Inspector!
What happened to you? Your face is...
Please, don't worry about it. They're just scratches. That looks a little bit more than just a scratch. Maybe a bear, maybe. When I told the captain I'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pummel me with his fists and then toss me overboard. What? But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really. It looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to. Damn, yo, Hosonaga. Yo.
Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little about the neighboring cabin.
Yes, so I understand.
Oh,
I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. Oh, he ran into Sholmes. I think his name was something like Herlock Sholmes. I don't think he was German, though. Ah, that explains it. Shall we compare notes? Oh, wait. Shall we compare notes, then? We can tell you what we found out. Yeah! Yes, let's do it. Oh, his glasses are fucked up, too.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You
Yo.
got punched in the eye with them on. For sure.
Oh. Yo, Hosanaga's fucking great, man. What a hero. The cabin next door. What? Nikolina Pavlova? She's in the cabin next door? Oh, Do you know who she is? Please, what self-respecting ballet fan wouldn't know that graceful angel?
He doesn't even know from her escape.
Oh,
knows
he
from
just
her career.
knows her career. He knows her. Oops. I think I upset him there. Well, tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case at least. Oh? How? Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they? What is it? Why do pretty people get such a free pass?
But it's true.
God
in life.
dang it! Oh, now I've definitely upset him.
Inspector, has your investigation in here proved? Inspector, has your investigation in here proved fruitful?
If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. So I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job.
Oh, I see.
Ah, there is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you. Oh? What is it?
Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please.
New information. What is this new information you have, Inspector? It's this! The Burya's medical officer has finished his examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report. Oh, Kazuma's post-mortem report.
Kazuma-sama.
So, what was the cause of death? Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what's written in the Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what's written in the report. What? His neck was broken? Okay, you know how I said earlier it might have been snake poison? Your answer might be more right, actually.
Of the strength.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect bruises, but if there was a snake assassination...
I feel like bruises, depending on, like, it's not super
Yeah.
it's like gradual force, don't show up necessarily immediately.
Yeah. Well, it's still... I feel like usually you still see, like, I think they call it, like, ligature marks? I don't know. But I mean, if,
But
you
you know
know...
what I mean? Like, sometimes you hit yourself and the bruise doesn't show up till the next day.
Yeah. Alright, so maybe it just didn't bruise yet then, or something. His neck was broken. Yes, it would seem so. There were no obvious wounds or other signs of injury. So at first, I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all. Well, what weapon was used then? Nothing has been found as of yet, but the fact there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark. Oh, I see.
All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact to the neck could induce death.
Oh man, what if it was like not murder and just like ship, like,
Jumble of everything.
yeah, like what's that movie, like $1 Million Baby? I think, where there's a lady that like falls and there's like a chair there and then like she snaps her neck or something. I think it's called $1 Million Baby. I'm not sure. Poor Kazuma. I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it. Really? Are you sure? Yes, it's fine. Oh, look at that endearing look from this man who's just gotten beaten to hell. I trust you. Oh, big trust.
I gave you sparkles.
Oh, thank you. I like it. After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed to you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I? Ah. The post-mortem report has been entered into the court record. Alright, the Great Detective. The Great Detective.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, was he?
Yes. He seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. He's a huge weirdo. Now, but then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored. Did he say anything at all? Actually, now you mention it, yes. Just one thing, but he practically shouted it. It's shoe polish,
Oh, that's what
was
the
all he
smear
said.
on the ground is?
Ah, okay. Shoe polish. I wonder what he meant. Yeah, that's smear,
Well,
I
'cause
guess.
it looks like the skid marks when you have new shoes in a gym.
Oh, like a big old skid mark, yeah.
Yeah, like not on the big screen, but on this screen, doesn't it look like when you have?
Oh, like that.
Yeah, on gym floors that you can scrape off after.
Mm-hmm. Maybe someone stepped in it. That must be it. But how could Mr. Sholmes know that it's shoe polish? I don't know. He just dabbed his finger in it, licked it, and he knew. That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. What is it, Susato-san?
Well, Kazuma-sama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue.
Oh, so it was just his shoe?
Dark tan. A sort of dark brownish red, then.
Like the brick color that we thought that
Oh.
was skins from.
Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repaired them for him.
Oh, well, there you go. That's handy info to have. So does that mean this is made by the polish on Kazuma's shoes as they scuff the floor? That's like a slide away.
Well, we think that the whole room got tilted.
Oh no, that... What if it was just accident? That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are boring into the back of my head. Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you.
Poor Inspector. You look exhausted.
Oh, no. Well.
Well, I am internally bleeding already.
I feel terrible that I failed to protect Asogi-san. He was my responsibility. Adjusting my cushions, 1 second. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have had a heavy head ever since I woke this morning. Yo, I think...
It's everybody
Yeah, I
on
think
here.
everyone's got the gas. Everyone got the gas. I think it was through that, like, phone pipe.
Yeah.
A heavy head.
Anybody who was on this level, and he was not inside the cabin,
But he
you
was
were
right
watching
out.
him, so he was on this level of the ship.
And I think if Biff Tannen outside was like, I didn't have anything bad
Nothing
happen.
was suspicious.
I didn't take a nap at all,
Yeah.
for sure. My head's still throbbing too. Man, Hosonaga has such like an imposing appearance during the like chats, but then you see him here and he's like average height. I guess we'll look at the polish again. So it's clear that these. Oh wait, no, what? That's not the letters.
You got the body. The body connects to the letter.
As you're sleeping in there.
But to be truly unambiguous, it should just have to be spelled out my name, don't you think?
Well, either way, one fact remains. It's hard to imagine that Kazuma-sama would have written his last words or word in Russian.
Which begs the question of who did write it. I mean, if it was a case of accident happened and someone's like, oh no. No, I think the sleeping gas means it's on purpose. Yeah. Because it might have been, oh no, he did. I gotta blame this on someone. But I think it's an on purpose. Okay. Check. You have anything new? What do you got for me, bud? You, where did you go? Oh, sorry. I just went to the next door cabin to investigate. Why? Who gave you permission for this? Seaman Hosonaga did. That new Japanese, was it? Later, I will roll him into ball and throw him in cold room.
Oh, he's gonna get beat
Oh, he's gonna get beat up again? And Ryunosuke's like, whoa, okay, I'm glad he's leaving me alone. Oh no.
I hope Inspector Hosonaga doesn't find himself in too much trouble on our account.
He's really gone out of his way to help us, hasn't he? When we get back to Japan, we'll have to take him for a steak at Le Carnaval.
That could be a very long time from now, Naruhodo-san.
Yeah, you're gonna go study in.
Yeah, we're gonna get it for him, man. we will get it for him. Sometimes you make a promise like that, and you just wait, you know, like 10 years. What do we really have? We can move.
Move again.
Can we
I
move?
think we just came here to talk to Post-Mortem.
Yeah, let's see if there's anything new in here.
Sholmes, are you back?
Oh, hey, Beef is gone. Or at least he's not there. He might just be in a seat again. Yeah, he's just there. Okay, we'll have to give it a look.
The man spread.
Ah! Look, Naruto-san. Seaman Stroganoff is gone.
Yes.
Strong enough?
The burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us.
Oh, these Russian names are impossible to remember.
Time to go in the battle.
Tra-la-la. Did you hear that? It sounded like someone singing.
Tra-la-la-lira-lira-lay.
I did the great... I did it the great detective way.
But this caroling, I know that lark-like voice.
It's Sholmes.
Well, never mind that now. This is a golden opportunity for us.
Just like him. That's why
Yes,
he's already
you're
in
right.
there.
We must seize it.
Yeah, he's already in. I have a suspicion he never left, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Definitely. Before that stringy knot crewman comes back.
'Cause he's so quick about
He's-
being, like in places and gone.
He's just there. Wait, let's look around first. Make sure he's not Oh, hey Sholmes, what's up?
Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes. Look.
Wow, you never know where he's gonna turn up next, do you? Yeah, I was expecting Biff or really nothing.
He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself.
He'll be able to read the law.
Tra-la-lira-lira-lay. I did it the great detective way. He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us?
Oh, he's simply in extremely high spirits.
Yes, there were times. I'm sure you knew when the yard bit off more than it could chew. And through it all, when there was doubt, it's lucky her luck was about. Excuse me. I sold it all and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way. Mr. Sholmes. What? Yo, what's that animation? You wanna... what is it? You want to fight, huh? Yo, I love that animation. Honestly, interrupting a fellow when he's singing. I was just about to reach the climactic finish. Sorry, I thought you were never gonna stop, so I figured now is as good a time as any. I very nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks. Alright, I get the picture. Yo, look at this. Look at his, like, idle animation, man. This is the character I want to play in a fighting game, where he's, like, constantly moving.
New character for Smash.
Yeah, new character for Smash, Sherlock Sholmes.
Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you.
Ah, yes, that. I was immersed in the study of the ship's log as penned by the stockily built crewman who's usually on guard here.
Oh yes, the ship's log.
And did you find anything useful from it? Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank. Which means that there was nothing to report. Nothing of note happened. Oh, maybe they're supposed to write 3 a.m., nothing's up. 4 a.m., nothing's up. You truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it. Sorry? Your logic, my boy, is inverted.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Observe the other pages and all shall become clear. It would seem the same crewman oft stands sentry in this first-class passageway, and he has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour. Oh, he writes that in every 30 minutes?
Nothing to report?
So if there's just a blank.
Yeah, so if there's blank, that means like he did not even touch the book. Yeah. Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there's just that. And yet, the ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report.
He didn't even do it today.
He could have. Listen, man, this worker, he doesn't know how to be a bad employee. You definitely. Oh yeah, I inspected this.
Lots of people would be like, "Oh, I'll just fill this."
Yeah,
in later." Nothing happened.
You come in at 2 o'clock and you look at the 1:30 empty report and you're just like, inspected.
Do you mean...
Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night, which led to the seaman being absent from his post.
What kind of circumstances? What happened?
He fell asleep.
That remains a mystery for now, but we can be sure something significant took place. So significant, it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report in the log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. The ship's log has been entered into the court record. Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective. That's actually a legit good point. Ah, you're starting to understand what my way is, I see. What makes Sholmes Sholmes. Brilliance. Ah ha 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 ha. Ah ha 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 ha. Oh, ouch. What is it? Are you hurt? Oh, don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason. Nothing more. It fucking hurts. I've got a migraine. Yeah, everyone's got a headache. But Susato doesn't have it. So
They didn't bother on the.
they didn't bother on the lower, yeah. Well, my friends, until our next encounter.
Because I would think Sholmes would be in a first class cabin. As well.
Well, of course. He's the great Herlock Sholmes.
Yeah.
He deserves nothing better. Fuck, I was about to say nothing better than the best. He's still singing to himself. I can hear it as he wanders off down the passageway. Is something wrong, Susato-san?
Everybody had a headache.
You seem lost in thought.
It's just... Well, I feel the same.
Sorry?
Ever since I woke this morning, I've had something of a headache.
Oh, yo, everyone got it.
Everyone.
Yo, it got everyone.
A sort of continuous throbbing.
Oh, you too? I'm surprised not everyone's talking about, like, yeah, man, did you have, like, a shitty sleep last night? I feel like there are a handful of conversations everyone has when a day goes on long enough. Them being the weather. If you have a constant headache,
But
people
see,
will let you know.
That's when people have nothing to talk about.
Oh,
You
that's
have
true. We have a murder to talk about. You're right.
And a ballerina that ran away.
Oh, there are other
There's a
news
lot
topics.
of bigger things. So they're just like, you
I
know,
mean, that's
I won't bother people with the fact that I had a bad sleep.
I feel
Not
like,
important.
oh, I don't know, man. Anytime anyone's got a headache, you usually get at least at the start of conversation. Oh. Especially if everyone has it. Like, if it's like a really bad one and you don't normally get bad sleep, I feel like that's a topic of discussion. But I mean, you're right. The murder's pretty much the biggest one. Cabin! Let's get in the cabin. Haha. Let's go. Watch her just be there already. 9th of January. SS Burya, first class cabin. Number 2. Numero 2. Miss... Those dresses were not in there before. Sholmes was in there before. Miss Pavlova isn't back yet. The thing is open. Susato-san. Where's she gone?
Unpacked, put her dresses in there.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what are you doing? Those are her private things.
There's not a moment to waste, Naruto-san. We must investigate as quick as we can.
I suppose you're right. For Kazuma's sake. She noticed something.
Not just for Kazuma-sama.
For you.
What do you mean?
It can't be long now until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there.
Really?
We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san. By ourselves if we have to.
Yes, we will.
She's starting to believe in
Yo,
you.
she's starting to believe in us. I think it's just that she's seeing that there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on here. Okay. These dresses are new. Ah,
Naruhodo-san, are you there?
sorry. I'm right here. Yes, why?
Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home.
Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump inside every wardrobe I see, you know.
Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes.
Huh. I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding in there, but no such luck. Yeah, where did it go? Like, it gone. Unless he's, like, in there.
Oh my, Miss Pavlova's case is open.
It's completely empty inside. But according to the great detective's great deduction, she was hiding her special friend in there.
Yes, a friend that she had to keep secret.
Because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard the SS Buria. I wonder what kind of animal she had in there. And more to the point, where is it now? Lumpy bag.
Yeah,
Lumpy bag. I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. Okay. Book. Let's look at her shelves. All the books have toppled over together. Look, every single one. How crazy.
Do you think that's a god of the sea, perhaps? He's toppled too, though.
It's exactly the same as the bookcase next door. She said the same thing, too. In Kazuma's cabin.
Perhaps. Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase.
I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company?
She never wants to dance again.
Alright then. It must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage.
She said in the other room.
Not everything that bad that happens on the ship is because of me, you know. I'm gonna fix that. Well, anyway, I'll set them all straight. No! No, no, Susato.
Like to do that.
That's Susato this time.
I don't like seeing things in disarray.
Oh, dang it. No, you're tampering with a potential scene. Let's check the floor plate. Whatever it is, eats low to the ground. Nope, nothing there. Oh, wait, her desk. There. Well, let's look at her garbage. There are just a few books on the desk. Nothing else by the looks of it.
Well, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the ballet last night. She's hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all.
That's true. I wonder what kind of book she likes to read.
Let me see. Yes. Yes, I see. It would seem that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading books written in Russian.
Oh. Thanks, Susato. Thanks. I think I probably already knew that. I'm glad that he says to.
It's rude to ask too much of people, Naruhodo-san. Kindly remember that.
Well, we didn't
I-
expect you to have an answer. We were just like,
Yeah. I enjoy that Susato is a weirdo in a different way than Maya.
yeah.
Because Maya's like a goofball. Susato is like... She's got guts, but she's just like... She has those moments of just like... Sorry, what?
Do you want to check it out?
I want to check bed. Maybe I was thinking maybe we could find something under it, but... Let's look at vent. Oh, someone vented. They're sus. Oh my god. Fucking the vent is now just gonna make me make Amogus jokes this whole stream now. Connects to Kazuma's cabin next door.
Yes, although what a fool shipbuilder must be to open a ventilator into another room.
Maybe it's that if there's a gas leak next door, the occupant of this cabin would notice and raise the alarm?
Or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning.
But them talking about gas.
Oh, they're gonna.
The sleeping stuff.
But like.
No, but I mean, like, I think it's in their mind. I think
It's in their mind that poison gas is in both. Yeah, the fact that they are bringing up gas means that they're probably going to talk about it. It's a bit sussy. Oh my god, the word sussy. Oh man. Boat time, boat time, boat time. Yeah, you know what time it is, Deltron. What's up? And thanks everyone for swinging by. Anyway, last night Kazuma wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of his ventilator. And it's good that y'all joined so soon. We have not done much aside from flavor text. And Hosonaga told us some stuff. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
No, where's the alarm?
What's that?
Your book arrived today. Ooh, what kind of book was it? Was it a reading book or a book with things in it to write? Shut down the engines immediately. Vessel sighted a quarter-mile What? Wait. Enemy boat. Wait, brace for impact? Okay, whoa. What? What the? Is the revolutionary coming here?
Well, I was gonna say, if people are trying to recapture.
Oh, fuck.
I think we're about to crash into another ship.
What? Oh, fuck.
I can't stand.
Susato-san, hold on to me. Ugh! Okay. Susato-san, are you alright? Are you injured at all? Yes, Ariel, it's 3:30 the next day already. It's a book for reading, obviously. Well, it could be a book full of puzzles.
It could be crosswords.
It could be crossword. It could be a book entirely of crosswords.
It could be an empty book for writing in.
Or it could be an empty book for you to write in.
Or drawing in.
Or drawing. However, as it is a reading book, may I ask what kind of reading book it was?
I think I'm fine. Thank you, Naruhodo-san.
Yeah, toppled again.
Oh, yeah,
This
okay.
is gonna help us solve the crime.
So now they're going to be like, damn, all those books are toppled. That must be how it happened.
Oh, good omens.
Good omens. Oh, nice. We own this book, yes?
Yes.
Yes, CaptnmcD and I own this book. CaptnmcD has read it. I have not, but it's on my to read list.
Yeah.
It's probably one I should probably just bring that to her.
You've read now.
I have now
Terry Pratchett's.
Terry Pratchett's and Neil Gaiman.
And yeah, you read the Norse mythology
Mhm,
by him, and
mhm.
it's a together book.
So it's a Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. That's pretty wicked, actually.
Yeah.
I like Terry Pratchett stuff. I've listened to like 1 2/3 of Terry Pratchett audiobooks, and I've read a Neil Gaiman take on Norse I was about to say North mythology on Norse mythology. So I do enjoy both their writing styles. Read first and instantly fell in love with it. Oh, wicked!
It's a fun one.
If I ever read it, I'll have to talk with you about it. I mean, CaptnmcD has read it already, so she'll have something to say. if we ever get into it once you're done. It looks like we avoided a collision.
I think.
Yes, the ship has come to a stop.
Oh my goodness. What about you, Naruhodo-san? Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine. Hello? Is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance. So yeah, okay, so the door just locked itself. So it wasn't even a plot necessarily.
It wasn't a locked room.
It might have been a setup because
And then the shift closed it.
Because what it might have been is murder, slam the alarm, everyone's unconscious anyway, and it auto stops the engines. And nobody wants to admit they were asleep and the engine stopped. So everyone's just like, nothing happened, man. Oh, that sounds like
Inspector Hosonaga.
Is that you in there, Naruhodo-san? Unbolt the door, quickly. What? The bolt? We didn't even do it.
Look at that.
The door's bolted. Now, I don't want to be one to judge engineering and architecture, but they had to bust down the last door, right?
Yeah.
When it was locked. I feel like if your bolts just do this when the boat stops, Maybe there's an engineering flaw.
Just on the lock. should
'Cause
be
if-
better. But
'cause if
even
no one's
when
in the
we
room.
first looked at the lock when we said it was a closed door, we were like, this isn't kind of a flimsy, easy to move lock.
Yeah, it can just kind of
The
go.
locks
And
aren't just well made. The
They're-
door seems well
the-
made.
the-
It's sealed, so
the
that
door
you
and the
can't have
bolt.
The leak stuff.
the locking mechanism is not well made.
Yes.
Or not well designed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
For this. Oh, the best Japanese inspector ever. Yo, this guy's great.
No, I didn't touch it.
Well, that's strange. How did... And look at all the books. They're just like they were before again. Okay, so that's why they fixed it, to demonstrate
that,
this. Yeah.
Naruto-san, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in?
I'm just gonna change my pants.
Okay. I'd better tidy this place up first. No! Oh my god! Ryunosuke! Our violent emergency stop had solved one mystery at least, in a very vivid way. But I knew that what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. Uh-oh, we're gonna be in trouble. To be continued? Really, already? Huh. That was like a short segment. The last one was like 3 hours. This one was like 45-minute segment. Save your current progress. Yes, please.
So we might get to court soon or something and starts the trial.
Oh.
The investigation phase over.
Yeah, investigation might be over, you're right. Investigation part 3. We're maybe gonna see. Oh no! Your hair was too powerful to be contained. CaptnmcD lost a hair tie because it exploded because her hair was too thick. 9th of January, SS Burya, Miss Pavlova's cabin. Somehow, the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop. Susato-san took a deep breath and gently slid back the bolt. Wait, what'd you think of Herlock Sholmes' Logic and Reasoning Spectacular? I think that was an amazing segment, actually. It was hilarious. And it was actually really fun to do. I like that there are new mechanics and just like game segments as opposed to the older Phoenix Wrights. It's good to see the genre like evolve and add on to itself. So that it's not just the same, you know, two things over and over again, basically. You! What you are doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters?
Do we think we emergency stopped so she could get on? She boarded
Oh.
the night.
Oh, you think someone, like, did it to get her in? Yeah, because it's like, how did you even get on this boat?
And everybody was sus about us being like,
Yeah.
where did she come?
Yeah.
He was away from his post. So
The-
he would be like helping the other crewmates be like, oh,
Mm-hmm,
that's
mm-hmm.
bored.
There might, yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense. Because I mean, it was stopped. Also, you know what? Even if it wasn't emergency alarm, it was stopped because of another ship, right?
Yeah.
So it could be
So,
either one
like,
of those.
her meeting up with him. getting
Mm-hmm.
up, Even though she said she's an angel who came from the sky.
Yeah, she's an angel who came from the sky. No, she came from another boat, I'm sure. Ah, you both look unhurt. Good. Yes, we're fine, thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were going to collide with another ship. Yeah, that happens out here. Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though. Oh, how did that happen? There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. The person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. Everything is chaos. Passengers are screaming. Crew are running everywhere.
But we were diligent enough to check on the murderer.
Yeah. The first class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. People are pissed.
Oh, I see.
Someone triggered the alarm. Does that mean that someone pressed that button outside?
Ah! You wicked intruder, dressed all in black. You're the devil.
Sorry, me? I've been called a lot of things before, but devil is a first. Where's your hat?
You opened my traveling case. How could
So
you?
She didn't unpack her dresses. Somebody was in here.
Somebody else was in here and did her. Why would they put away her clothes? That's super weird. What? No, we didn't touch it.
That's right, Miss Pavlova.
Damn, calm down, Dancy Pants.
It was already open when we came into your cabin. Inspector,
Yes?
arrest this man. I know he did it. He is a criminal. Is it not enough that he has killed a man?
Ah, and he's a stowaway as well. If Vixen promises not to steal chicken, do you believe?
Take him away. He is a trespasser as well as everything else.
Stowing away, trespassing, killing. She's right, you are devil.
It doesn't look good, does it?
There is cell below deck. Throw him in. Tomorrow we dock in Hong Kong. Then we give you straight to police.
Wait, a cell?
Please, Inspector Hosonaga, is there nothing you can do?
This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options.
This is terrible.
This is a real crisis. I've got to find a solution. Immediately. Let's examine the clothes. Cause who the fuck put that away? Calm and focus on the task at hand, which is investigating.
Don't touch my things.
Okay, so it's not even what? Susato? Why did you give us that?
What do you think you're doing?
Everyone's attacking me. I was just starting to think she was my friend. Oh, oof. Is there anyone who can help me out of this mess? Okay, well, let's talk to Pavlova.
Oh, Sholmes.
Alright, you know what? I like that he's always just hanging out of frame. Devil's a bit harsh. I didn't see him fall from the heavens. Like, not even I didn't even see him saunter vaguely downward. Sholmes. What are you doing up there?
Making an entrance.
Why do you have the tiara? Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? Why do you have that? Stop stealing things.
Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. Have I not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not?
I need to know how heavy a 20,000 rubles.
This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no.
Oh, well, why were you hanging from that hook before then?
Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce.
Sholmes being awesome counter. Yo, I love his,
I feel
like...
his weight is what would do it, not the addition of a tiara.
Yeah. Yeah, your own weight would do that. I never know whether to take this man seriously or not.
Ah, you again, the great detective. Ah, Inspector, I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time. What is to report? Speak. An urgent report from a great detective can mean but one thing. Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night here on this vessel, the steamship Vertebrae, has been solved. Oh no. By me, naturally.
I'm worried. What?
Really?
Yes, I've eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist. So, allow me to illuminate all your minds.
Please do.
Whenever he does the boxing animation, I can almost hear him say,
You wanna go, bro? You wanna go? I'll show you, Russian revolutionary. For I am about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case.
oh, yo, is it dance time?
It's time.
I think it's dance time.
Ha! You've solved it. Even Hedgehog understands this case. We all knew who was responsible for killing student boy this morning when we found criminal in wardrobe. It is the stowaway, and these handcuffs to prove it.
Man, that's damn. That's some ironclad logic right there. I must be the criminal if I'm the one with handcuffs on me.
Put that on you.
I didn't do it.
The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because, as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside.
Emergency stop.
That means the culprit must be someone who is inside the cabin.
Yes, it's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories.
We literally just witnessed that it doesn't have to be that, like,
The locked room, that is point.
The room was locked.
well, I can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from outside the cabin.
You're all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all.
And you get put on I got strong enough to be like,
I was criminal? Oh, I had no idea.
The handcuffs are on me.
The handcuffs turned to me. It must be true.
What?
Oh yes, there's another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door. What other entrance? We never discovered one. Why, it gapes open-mouthed at you even as we speak. The ventilator, man. The ventilator? Ah, ha, ha, ha. Ah, you think this is funny? I cannot even put my arm through that hole.
Your arms are huge.
your arms are, it's because you're fucking huge, dude. Yeah, your arms are as big as tree trunks.
You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening? It's not possible. Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator.
You figured out what the speckled band is?
Does he know what a speckled
Was
band
he
is?
the one who opened the trunk?
Oh, did
We
Sholmes
think
open
he
the
didn't
trunk?
leave that room.
Oh yeah, I don't think he left the room. I think also Sholmes may just exist in all places at once.
Yeah.
He may just be omnipresent.
He's the great detective.
He's a great detective after all.
Mr. Sholmes, what do you mean? Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in his diary? 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 35. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Precisely, my dear madam. But what does it mean? What is this speckled band?
I gotta admit, I fell for one or two red herrings in this case. Ooh, I imagine there will be more. And I mean, obviously, since I'm streaming, you're hearing all my thought processes.
Yeah, but we also spit out just like as many thought
Yeah.
processes as we have because it's fun.
Well, yeah,
Just speculate.
it's a lot of speculation. So we'll see what we like. If there's anything that comes as like a genuine surprise or is like a big, oh man, that really misled me.
What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin.
Or maybe do you think she has like a Bengal cat and it's
A-
speckled
A Bengal cat and it's got a tail. Oh, man. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing?
There is a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What I am about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores.
Please tell us what pet is.
Behold! Kya! What the?
It is a snake. It's Sneck. We knew Sneck. That's a nicely animated Sneck, I gotta say. That snake actually looks really nice.
Biff doesn't even care.
He does not care. Feels like het. Allow me to introduce you all to the band. The Speckled Band.
I mean, it's right.
A
Not-
snake. Yeah, that's striped, not speckled.
Indubitably.
I don't know if that is what it was. It means it's correct that she has a pet snake,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if that's the speckled thing.
Yeah, we're not sure if that's the speckled band.
Huh?
I love that it's just chilling on his face. Mr. Sholmes, just, one thing.
Pray, what troubles you?
Well, that snake isn't really speckled, is it?
Yeah, that's what we said.
It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say?
Oh,
Yes, you're right. I think in this case, you'd have to call it the striped band, wouldn't you?
You both see and observe with distinction. However,
You know, Bistron is not phased by snake. His skin is very much as thick and robust as my skin is and skull are thick as steel. The snake is nothing.
do you not think that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall?
Oh my goodness, really?
I can't believe the culprit wrote speckled into Kazuma's diary.
In Japanese.
In Japanese.
They seem to be a Russian culprit because they wrote Russian wardrobe on the floor, which no one else
Yeah.
could have done.
How exactly? Well, let's see them dissect this.
I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova?
No.
I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me.
There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one.
Oh, I always think it's time to dance with Herlock.
Number one. Last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. And number two. That same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life.
No.
She's turned as white as a bowl of rice again. Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head. This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asogi? I think she might just be like worried that it happened, but she's like not sure.
Yeah.
I think that's where she is.
Cannot talk through snake.
Oh, if he were younger, he'd definitely be my type. Looks like he can't speak with that snake coil around his head. Yo, Sholmes, a pretty cool dude.
I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck.
Well, that would be a contradiction because snakes come in two types.
The
There's
squeezy type
there's
and the
squeezy and
type.
bitey type. Yeah. They're two different kinds of snakes.
I mean, there's snakes that don't do either of those things. They're just
Yeah, that's true. There are snakes
Chill
that are
snakes.
lesser than that.
Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Let's get it going.
Hell yeah, the game is afoot. All right, let's do the dance.
Intruder's identity. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following.
Deduction time. Yo, this is a really fun segment.
His death is nothing to do with me.
This whole thing is nothing to do with me.
Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain.
It might just be memory in that she does not know that she might be involved.
And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So, we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not?
Okay, so that is like, it seems related.
Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us.
Is her friend the revolutionary?
So I was gonna
Oh
say,
my
she
god.
brought a different
Oh, she brought a different friend.
And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question. I love it, man.
Just like, oh, sorry.
Tell of
snake
a
needs to go
speckled
somewhere.
band. He blinks though. Whereas regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. How is he not fazed by this? I love it. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night?
Oh, did she reach into that room to do something?
No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with anything, any of this.
Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying but failing to conceal could only be the snake's sloughed skin.
Its last
Shedded skin.
looks more speckly, less stripy.
Wait, no. Does she have a dress for the snake? Does she put it in a sock? And it's like, it's got a shirt?
That's cute.
Oh, I hope we get to see Snake's shirt. I hope that's what it is.
Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin, no?
But yeah,
I don't know what you are talking about.
I think it's a snake cozy. At least I hope it's a snake cozy.
Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band.
Wouldn't a snake in fabric be unable to move? Ooh, you're right. That's like tying its legs
well,
out.
that's what I was trying to see if
Wait.
they can change patterns when
Oh, if they can change
When they
patterns when they
shed?
shed? Oh. I don't know. I don't think they can. Yeah, if snakes use scales on the belly and move, am I wrong about that? No, I think, I don't know. I'm not too sure on this physics of snakes. I know if you put a snake on like a silk bed, it goes nowhere and it's kind of funny to look at. Although it probably freaks the fuck out of the snake.
Off the mark on that one, Sholmes. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it sloughs its skin.
I'm gonna say sheds, because that's an easier word to say.
Sheds its skin. A snake so dreadful, we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India.
Where did you get that from, Sholmes?
A beloved speckled snake. Intruder. Topic 2. How Mr. Asogi died.
Oh.
Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim.
They do not have limbs like other animals. They move using a flexible body, spine, ribs, using their ribs and scales to push backward first on one side then the other. Ah, okay. I mean, yeah. Yeah, no, I think it would mess with how it moves. But I mean, maybe you just put it there for it to just sit. I don't know.
How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data of which I've been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom.
Oh, it's not a venomous snake. Snake cozy. It would be like tying the snake up. It'd be like, oh, snake, it's time to go to bed.
well, I was gonna say what she was holding was bluish though, right?
Yeah.
It says that before it sheds its skin, they usually get sort of bluish. And
Oh.
it's cloudier because it's gonna come on.
Oh, so maybe it just changes its color?
Because it's like a detachment.
I mean, I'm just gonna look behind her back and see what the difference
Yes.
is. We're gonna see.
I'm just
We've got
interested
some.
in snakes now.
Yeah, we've got snake facts going, which is kind of neat actually.
I'm just learning. That's all.
Now, if we take that as fact,
I love his transitions, man.
we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime.
No. Could there be?
Yeah, an examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively.
We got deductions correct.
The almost but not quite imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth.
But they didn't
Yeah.
find any.
Yeah, they-
didn't find any trace of poison. They didn't look for venom.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But
I
he-
think
if
Sholmes
he
is
got-
just
yeah,
making this
I was
up.
gonna say if he got the neck break though, it doesn't seem like that.
I-
And this seems a very coily snake. It's
Yeah.
on Biff's face.
I suspect that Sholmes is just completely wrong.
Yeah, so we gotta change. He's, like,
This
on the
makes no
right
sense.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, my snake is not venomous.
There's no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you into the victim's death in the traveling case.
Nope.
When we first met at this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt, hungry for blood.
You don't.
It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you would use to train your serpent friend.
To train.
I feel like this is what our initial thoughts were until we got like a bunch of other facts.
Yes.
Indeed, you'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle.
I mean,
You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door.
What if, oh shit, where's my snake? Oh wait, let me get his favorite sock and like dangle it through, and maybe he'll come back. And then it was like, oh god, there was a dead body in there. Oh no.
The victim appeared to not have been dispatched. You'd release the snake once more. Do you deny the snake has undergone such training?
It's not true.
Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once.
Snakes don't have ears, or do they? I don't know. I think it might be time for another snake fact. Do snakes have ears?
I think
Or do you think they just like feel the ground?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if they have like. Yeah, no, F it. We'll just look up snake facts.
snakes have fully formed inner ear structures, but no eardrums.
Ah, okay, so inner ear. I'm imagining.
Instead, their ear is connected to their jawbone,
Oh,
which rests on the ground as they slither.
so they can taste sound? No, no. So their ear goes to their jaw. That's funky.
So you can't train snakes to respond to sounds with certain behaviors like you might be able to do.
Okay,
with
so you can't
mice,
train
etc.
them with sounds. Okay.
It says they can only hear what we consider lower sounds.
Ah, so they can only hear lower sounds, not whistle sounds. Interesting. Thank you for the snake fact. It's actually kind of wicked.
But I think it's going to be from other things, like they may sense things.
Yeah, they have the feel. They can feel sound in other ways.
There can be no doubt. Sholmes, learn your biology, bro. My logic is infallible.
They apparently have poor eyesight.
Oh, dang. Snakes have bad eyes.
Death by a venomous snake's bite. Thus concludes Erlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled band.
Everyone's like Sholmes that it's faulty to the T. It's like everyone's like Sholmes. I don't know about that one, Chief.
Miss Pavlova's trained a pet snake as a killing machine. There on the floor, you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature.
I think it's very funny that there's always those cartoon ideas
Of, like, snake charmers.
playing flutes if snakes can't hear stuff like that.
I mean, the flute might be just for the human's benefit, and the
Yes.
snake might just be following the visual aspect of pointy stick, head go here. Because, you could probably train it, like, just hold food in front of its head and just be like, no, 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 no. Right? That's my guess. Incredible. You've solved the mystery. Amazing. Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Herlock Sholmes has become such a household name. Buy your book today. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand.
Let's tactfully fix this again.
Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes?
Yeah, actually use the flute's movement to charm the snake, not the sound. Ah, okay. Wicked. The more you know.
But of course, what's on your mind?
It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me.
I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer both loudly and proudly.
Oh, well, good. First of all,
Oh, are we gonna get to see snake facts? Snake facts. Monkey see, monkey do, but with snakes. Oh, okay. So it's copying. Oh, that thing is moving. I'm gonna move.
snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family.
You are well informed, madame.
They don't drink milk.
Reptiles don't have ears.
Oh, yeah, reptiles don't drink milk, because that's a mammal thing.
Don't drink milk.
Ah,
It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So, I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward.
no matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her bet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds.
Well, there's something else. Snakes have no ear.
Oh my god, yo, we're straight up going over everything we're talking about.
All the snake facts we just looked
Snake facts.
Ah,
Thank you, snake facts.
Yeah, I'm not so sure it would really be possible to signal a snake by whistling.
but madam, what of the tales from Arabia?
I've just read books.
Have you not heard of snakes that dance to the sounds of...
Oh my god, we're like straight up each fact.
I think perhaps the performers simply play their music in time with the snake's natural movements.
Aren't even in a trance while being charmed. They focus their attention on flute and view it as prey or something. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know what that is. It's in my face. I don't mess with it. It's not gonna get the jump on me.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears. These creatures are so inept to be practically useless.
Don't take it out on the snake, Mr. Sholmes.
He's like, he was the perfect murderer.
He's like,
though.
shit.
There is one other thing.
Oh man.
You have more?
Snakes use scales in the...
Yeah, because so if it was shedding, it couldn't climb up a flat bell cord. Oh no, so straight up it couldn't even go down the cord at all.
You'd have to like put it up into the vent, and somebody would have to put it up back.
Yeah, someone would have to look. Yeah, up
You'd
you
have to
go.
help it up.
Yeah, you can't climb it.
Well, I don't know about your elementary school, but my elementary school was like you pick one animal and you learn about it. You didn't have to know all the animals. You just pick one and do a project. So I didn't know all these snakes.
Oh man, I'm learning a lot about snakes now too.
I picked tree frogs.
You have tree frog.
Then it should try harder.
Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help.
But the room is tampered with, and there's writing on the floor and stuff. She might have
Yeah.
went next door to pick it up.
Ooh, and then she saw the dead body, and then was just like, "Oh,
And then
I don't
when
wanna
the
deal with
emergency
this.
stop happened, the door closed and got locked.
She must have just seen the scene and been like, "Whoa, I just got my snake."
Is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had a part in this.
He's so dejected.
He's so dejected. He's like, "Oh."
We didn't even tactfully fix this one. It was just like,
It was just
all
like,
of your information on
bro.
snakes is wrong.
Bro, have you seen a snake before? Like for real? Do you only know about them from like stories?
She's like, thank you for defending my snake. And me.
I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh no, you don't mean.
Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be.
So that he'll get the credit again.
Yeah, so that he gets the credit again. I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try.
Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes,
Do we get
right.
to get uncuffed for this?
So, cast your eyes down to your wrists
Yeah, we
again.
do.
What? He's gonna put us back in them.
At the end.
You've done it again.
Your handcuffs are gone.
Where did they go? Fear not, I shall see they're restored after our work is done.
I feel like this man should be a thief.
Yeah, this man
Very
should just
good
be a
at
thief.
Just, like, being everywhere and touching stuff.
And like making up stories based on few facts.
That
So
people
he
believe
might
because
actually.
he's so confident about it.
Herlock Sholmes may actually just be a better criminal. He's on the wrong side of the law here.
Now, everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Let's go.
Oh, I love this. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Oh man, this segment's great. Do 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 do.
Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following.
His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me.
Yet you cannot deceive yourself.
Holmes and Bottom confidently incorrect. Yo, he totally is. He goes all in on it.
When you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain.
She's holding her wrist. She does have a pained expression on her face.
Not from her heart.
Yes, that's true.
She looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind. Oh, but you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Could there be some other way to interpret her expression then?
Let's take a moment. And really look closely at her.
What is causing her pain? Oh, ho ho
A
ho.
scratch.
Oh.
That doesn't
Claw,
look like it could
claw?
come from the snake.
Yeah, that
There's
doesn't look
another
like
animal.
a
That's what I
that.
said, maybe there's a cat
You think there's a cat? CaptnmcD has believed that there's possibly a cat involved
with a speckled tail.
with a speckled tail.
What else is causing her pain?
Yes.
Look at that.
Claw scratch. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain.
Indeed, and simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh.
And milk will attract a cat.
And milk is for cats. The milk was not even part of the equation in my brain. I completely forgot about the milk. Good call. Good catch, CaptnmcD.
Well, as soon as we saw the snake, it wasn't speckled. So then I was like,
What else could be speckled?
A cat tail.
Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch sometime last night? Oh. You know what? It's clever too because her gasp animation is always shown her with right hand over left. What's worse than making a mistake in here? Getting insulted by Sholmes for those mistakes, while he has made millions. Oh, it's only worse when you get to court, and then like the
Everybody laughs.
the offense makes the same fallacies that they call you out for on the defense, and you're like, God dang it, what the F?
Do you think we're gonna have to go to court after this?
I
I feel like
well,
with how much we go through with Sholmes, we might not have to go to court.
I feel like we will have to go to court for something else.
Yeah.
That is my suspicion.
When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I am sad, the pain from this wound is worse.
And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death.
The prosecution is massively favored. Oh, like, absolutely. In all of these games.
So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel.
How do some... Franziska von Karma. Yo, man, never mind. Yo, not even Franziska.
Whips
Fra-
everyone and goes, this
like-
is what I want.
Yo, Never mind Francisca. What's the dad's name again?
Just Von Karma?
Yeah, Baron Von Karma. Just Von Karma. That dude. How'd you get away with literally whipping the judge? I mean, I like the fact that Von Karma just fucking tases you in the evidence locker and steals it in the same day. Manfred Von Karma, thank you. Yeah, dude, he fucking tases you in an evidence room and takes shit.
Yep.
It's
like,
insane.
In the police station.
Oh my god.
We thought we were safe there.
we thought we were safe there.
Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance.
Has German roots. Ah.
Oh. Without doubt, your friend is the riding serpent.
Nope. Seems likely that the scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by this friend of hers, doesn't it?
It's not made by a snake.
Except, snakes don't have claws, do they? None that they let you see.
I was gonna say not since they've been cursed.
Not since,
to be
yeah,
Without,
limbs.
limbs.
Not since they've been cursed to be without limbs.
I would like to see a prior snake.
And is actually related to this game. Oh, are we gonna see? Oh, we're gonna see him.
Ooh.
We're gonna get to see a Von Karma ancestor. Oh man. That's a little spoilery, but that's kind of hype, so I'll let that one slide. Because, I mean, everyone's had an ancestor anyway, so. They don't even have hands or feet with claws might grow. What if snakes could just, like, flex and then, like, claws come out of, like... CaptnmcD is just making an extremely pained expression to that. Yeah, and then they just become, like, barbed wire. And then they just slither over to you, and you're like, ah! It's a walking knife, or it's a sliding knife. Well then, if that snake isn't her pet, what is? What's the true identity of this friend of hers? We should follow her gaze, Naruhodo-san. That's where we'll find the answer. Okay, where's she looking?
Is she looking under the table?
Is that on the table? I can't see.
What's the picture of?
What?
Her and a cat.
Oh, I see. I see. I like that this is like a little like upgrade from Danger Noodle to Stabby Noodle.
Yes!
Photograph frame. You were looking over at this framed photographic print, weren't you, Miss Pavlova? Well, let's not be distracted by the print itself.
Whose
Oh
snake
no.
is this then?
It's the frame that... What? Wait, why would I not...
Was wanting in every way.
Why did I not look at the photo? I was wanting you to hear it. I'm quite proud of it. Time for an insult from Sholmes. Oh.
I find myself wanting to never have heard it. I'm quite pained by it, in fact.
Oh. Sorry. I'll try again. What? But the cat is a cat. It's straight up... He straight up says, ignore the thing on it. It's aimed at her friend. That same friend is probably responsible for the scratch on the back of her hand. Okay, well, let me look at the, like... Can I, like, zoom in? To be, like, the picture? Let me zoom in. Ah,
It's not
look.
speckled
Oh my
either.
god. It's not speckled either, but it's a cat and has claws. This must be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away.
She's exceptionally beautiful, isn't she?
Yes, that's true. Although, you know what? I guess this was maybe an indirect lesson of investigate and inspect before presenting.
But also, she could dangle something.
Oh, bell. The bell. That
Yeah,
thing was in
that's
the other room.
broken on it.
Mm-hmm.
On the other- She could also dangle a speckled something for it.
Yeah, to look through, be like, here,
so
kitty,
that
kitty.
the cat will come for it, because the cat can see that
Mm-hmm.
and go back through.
So it-
unlike the snake.
Yeah, it was like the thing I said, where it's like, hey, dangle, dangle. Here,
Yeah.
here. So it was for the cat. This little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. Maybe we better take a
Nerdforest
closer look at this.
Cat's favorite thing
Your friend,
we call a snake.
without
and
doubt,
It's just a long tubey thing.
that the snake goes for, or that the
that
cat goes for.
for.
Your friend is yourself. I kind of want to know what happens if you say yourself. I have 4 mistakes to make. I want to. No, it might just say nothing.
Yeah, just go for the cat.
Let's go for the cat. Little kitten.
Yes!
Friend's the little kitten we see before us. Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear. I'll add, I also fell for the picture frame trap. Oh, listen, man. I play a lot of fighting games. Frame traps are something I fall for all the time. Shame. Yeah, it's an indirect tutorial of, hey, zoom in and investigate. Oh, no. But we got 4 more strikes, so it's not too bad. And now we know for next time to, like, really get in there.
Yeah.
And to look at the text before you submit. The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you?
Oh. Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind.
Darka would appear to be a Russian blue. And yet, this fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. I want to pet a cuddle with that kitten. Yeah, kittens are nice. They're nice. Small animal of floof are fun to have until they grow up and become violent. Or not violent, but like scratchy. They're more dangerous when they're bigger.
Really?
House cat? They're dangerous. Brother's getting a kitten soon. Oh, that could be sweet. Whereas, regrettably, Kacha, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. All white with a black tail. Ooh, that's a funky combo. What explanation can we give then, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? She went it from one pocket that we couldn't see to a back pocket.
No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back.
Cat toy.
It's a cat toy, or just like even a sock. It might be a cat toy that is a sock. Conceal.
Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid behind her back.
Like, why would you do that? That's so sus. If she just left it, yeah, there you go. No one would have ever known.
Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Sholmes' specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something.
I thought deduction was a specialty. Or maybe make me believe that was a ploy too. How can you still think that that's a snake's skin? We literally ruled out the... I think he's so on his previous train of thought that he just continues on it.
Yeah. Speech
Bank.
memorized. Can only do one speech.
We gotta get back on track.
I hard believe that's the skin of a snake.
In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? I wonder if it's gonna be like a mouse at the front with a long tail or something. Let's see what it looks like. What do you think the toy looks like?
I think it's just a long, like, snake on a stick. That's what Benny likes.
Yeah, it's
There's
stick.
like a handle with like a just
can
one
I-
piece of fabric that you
Let's
wiggle back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
It's an well, it is speckled and it is a band, but what is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy. A long piece of cloth of some sort. And that looks like a handle at one end. I think it may be a cat's toy.
I think it may be a cat's toy. This sort is common in the West, apparently.
How is that a toy for cats?
I love
Cats like to chase the band around a pot.
Cats will like literally anything that like can move quickly and they can swipe at.
Kittens in particular love that sort of play.
Because it's like it's their hunting
Yeah.
like instinct. Yeah, they like to chase.
You only need to wave it in front of them, and they pounce to catch it.
That sounds positively adorable. Or anything that is a cardboard
They
box.
do love
They love boxes. That is true. I think it was something to like conserve heat. Is the reason they like it. Like they just like it because they're like, yes, it's cozy. Oh, there you go. Cat's toy. There you go. Look at that subtle tutorial of first the photo frame trap. Second, investigate, change it. Is that just a box with a cat in it? CaptnmcD has already got a photo of a cat in a box at the ready. What's she actually trying to hide? cat's toy.
Yes!
Yes, the thing you're trying but failing to conceal. That'd be positive. I said that, but you know I don't have a speech bubble, so you couldn't tell. I totally said that for sure, 100%. Wait, no, I didn't even say positively.
That would be positively adorable.
Ha! There you go. It's a cat toy.
Precisely, and the true nature of the now infamous speckled band.
Oh,
And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presumed. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it.
Yo, he's gonna be like, what the fuck's going on next to her?
But why? For what reason? My dear boy, there can be only one answer to that. After a feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. Ah. In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka.
Oh! Oof, oh.
He slid in his shoe and then broken bells beside it. Do you think he like was gonna trip on the cat?
Oh, you think he tripped on the cat? I mean, yeah. I think like I feel like a slip and fall did happen. As for whether that killed him, I don't know. That seems like a really janky way for my mans to go out.
Because the cat wouldn't have been able to break his neck.
Yeah, a cat. I mean, I don't know. What if it's an assassin cat?
It's a kitten.
It's a kitten. It was a kitten in that photo. Cats grow up pretty fast. We don't know how long ago that photo was taken.
And I feel like all of her tampering with the scene is to cover stuff up.
Mm-hmm. To maybe make it look like she didn't go in the room or something. I don't know.
Well, she knows that there's a stowaway because she can hear through the vent.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why she put the clue to the wardrobe. And then she could hit the emergency alarm on her way back to lock the door.
So you think she stumbled upon a crime scene then? Like
So,
you think
yeah.
he was already dead before she went in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. I think so. I don't know if the cat being in there was what took him out though.
No, I think he might have just, like I said, been like, oh, cat.
Yeah. Oh, you think that the mark itself was just him shooing the cat away?
That it was just like accidental, oh no, I'm going to step on this cat.
Oh,
Scuff
oops.
Shoe,
Trip.
trip.
That would explain that half of it, yeah.
We'll see.
Young, she must be caged once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova.
The photograph of Miss Pavlova and Darka has been entered into the court record.
Oh, you're staying up too late watching it.
It is possible to die from powerful hit to the neck. If I listen to my biology, the one part of the neck connects the brain and the nerve system part responsible for. If that is hit strong enough to enough connections ever, his death would be instantaneous. Yo, so this cat is jacked. The cat knows how to judo chop. But we'll see what actually happened.
it was after I gave her food last night. And that's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator.
Do you think the cat has come back? You've got a theory.
The cat came
Wait.
back the very next day.
Wait. Wait, I thought you played this game. Did you play this game already, or do you know about that?
That they're on case 4.
Oh, you're on case 4. What if Darka is the Russian Revolution? I knew it. And that you just like look at the cat, put the beard image over it,
Dorka is an animagus.
and Darka is an animagus from like Harry Potter.
Darka, she's so naughty.
Okay, so conclusion: intruder's identity, a beloved kitten. Solved.
But yeah, do you think the cat's heavy enough that if when it jumped out of the vent,
I
it jumped right on
know,
his head?
like that. I like, unless
I'm
it.
just trying to figure out I know a neck thing and
Yeah.
Graves totally could kill you, but I'm trying to figure out what gave the force.
I don't think we're gonna get to know. I feel like currently we're at a phase of the investigation where it is not gonna give us any
Yes.
clue to the actual thing,
Yes.
and that him getting hit in the neck is probably a ruse. Because it's trying to deceive us by throwing a bunch of things at us our way,
Also-
like snakes and stuff.
The sleeping gas stall's been addressed.
Yeah.
Everybody has a headache.
So I think the only inkling we have towards what is actually going on with the death is the sleeping gas. I think that's the only thing.
The only truth.
The only true thing, yeah.
Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim.
So I think she's involved in that she saw a body.
Yeah.
How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data of which I've been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury.
What if she hurt him, but that didn't kill him? Because she seems shocked by that.
In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom.
When I heard the speckled band thing and that Pavlova had a pet on board, I got to Snake instantly. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's.
we thought snake.
Yeah, we
immediately,
thought
too.
Snake
But
until
it's-
like we saw it.
Until I saw the snake, and then I was like, it's a
Like-
cat. It's a cat. It's
I-
not a snake anymore.
CaptnmcD was thinking jungle cat for like a bit.
What Mr. Sholmes says is true. There are no signs of a wound anywhere on Kazuma-sama's body.
That's right. But Mr. Sholmes seems to be unaware of one very important detail. Kazuma wasn't poisoned. It's one of the red herrings I fell for. Okay, well, okay, we're gonna see what the other one is. We'll see if we consider one. We'll see if we run across something that we find one.
Let's give him the information he's missing now.
Okay, let me explain by Post-Mortem Report.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this.
Yes.
By a Post-Mortem Report. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the Post-Mortem Report.
Ah, yes, I knew it was one or the other.
His neck was...
Oh, we didn't say anything about the neck. You knew about the neck.
Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that.
Seaman Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know. I don't know, man. He might be. Look at him.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't even care about that snake.
It is a comfy pillow.
I like the spot. Hell yeah, that spotlight effect is random. Is random and amazing.
The jury is out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it in the scene of the crime.
No, could there be...
Yes, an examination of the deceased's body will prove that.
Oh, what if it was just slip and fall, man? Yo, he's got some sick boots.
But that's what I was
Cousin.
like, if she just came and she was worried that the cat did it, she could have
You-
tampered with the scene. But
Oh,
it could
you
have
think-
not been her at all. It could have not been the cat at all.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I was agreeing with you on that point. I think that she just walked in on a body. It's like God himself saying, no, yo, show him our dancing era.
Prepare the spotlight, Gabriel.
In other words, he was probably struck by something or someone.
Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found, though.
Presumably, Darka didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and deal him a fatal blow. I suppose it's possible that he had fallen and hit the ground awkwardly.
It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he's broke his neck completely by accident.
Oh, yes, a bad fall could explain it.
It's rather hard to believe of Kazuma-sama, though. He wasn't a clumsy man.
Unless he slipped on the shine because of Cat. We need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? Yeah, okay, well, we're pointing to the shoe shine.
That stuff, it was in your evidence.
Oh, is it there?
It's the Florida.
Oh. Okay, I thought that was a stick.
No, it's the stuff plus the bell. Yes!
Mark on floor. Yes, an examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively.
This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish.
Shoe polish?
Indeed. Positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results. The undeniable ingredients of shoe polish.
And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asagi's laced leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, the pipe, I believe it. I mean, he might just be smoking it. These are the times.
I was gonna
He
say,
could just be smoking it
real
inside.
Sherlock does opium.
Oh, yeah, if it's real Sherlock, he does opium, man. For some reason, Mr. Asogi must have caught his foot at that point on the floor and tripped.
Please, no.
And by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant, he lost his life.
No!
Or is she gonna...
I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
Is that really true, Miss Pavlova? What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asagi lost his life? So they're gonna talk about the cat bell.
Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to crime in that traveling case. Nope.
I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama merely tripped over and now he's no more? It can't be true. I refuse to accept it.
I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened.
But
And if this part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction is right, Miss Pavlova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in the direction that she just cast her eyes.
where, I wonder?
Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere.
Do you think it's gonna be as easy as that tiara right behind?
I mean, I'm gonna check.
And the
Let's
waist
take a
paper
look. What's in here?
The waste paper basket. Perhaps all the first-class cabins have them.
Whoa, only the first class cabins get waste paper baskets.
basket. She doesn't have one in her cabin.
Yeah, if you're in the second class or lower, you have to throw your stuff on the floor.
Just throw it out the window.
Yeah, you just throw it out the window into the ocean. They'll deal with it. Presumably, there's not much rubbish in there yet.
Oh, yeah,
Da da
there's the
da! It's the cat bell.
It's a broken piece of glass, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I feel like I've seen it somewhere before.
If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you.
Da 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 da! Okay, can I like look in and present that thing? Oh no, okay, we have to say, because the sentence is, it was hiding in the waste paper basket.
Yes!
Okay, that makes sense. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket.
Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a familiar air, in fact.
Precisely. We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asagi's cabin. And as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly.
No.
So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin?
Yeah. How did she only get one?
I was like,
That other one is like,
really long.
it's large and it's like out in the open.
You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not?
Well, maybe she didn't go over, but the other part was still on the collar when the cat came back. And so then she
she just like threw out the part in case she's like, I don't know what that other piece is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody else could have gone in the cabin and done the Russian on the floor.
I don't know. In that hushed Russian accent of yours. Won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Hectic, it could happen, one forgets, yeah. That's always a thing.
Like heavy rain when you have to.
Oh
wipe
my god,
everything that
heavy
you
rain.
touched, and it's so hard to remember every single object you touch.
Heavy rain is friggin' wild. Like,
I'm not gonna say anything more than
well,
that, but
yeah, that's
that one
fine.
scene where you're like, uh-oh.
All we have to say is heavy rain is wild. It's a trip.
So yes, I can see you missing a piece of
Yeah.
something that you're cleaning.
It's like what? It's like
When you're in a
12 things you
rush.
have to clean, I think. Yeah. What? Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, yes. The evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell. That would be El Photograph. El Photograph of Darka. Ka-chung!
Yes.
If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see evidence hanging from Darka's collar. The very glass bell in question. The truth is caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. I have a suspicion we'll be like, he died because he fell, and then we'll learn something and we'll be like, oh, something else happened.
Well, even if right now we're saying that he died because he fell, that means we aren't a suspect anymore. We're gonna be able to look more places on the
Yes.
ship.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Even if him falling is not the true death, it will
takes suspicion
it takes
off of us.
it takes heat off of us. Yeah, that's a good point. Good. I didn't think of that. The cause of this fateful stumble. Oh, just just fucking cool guy time. Your absent feline friend, Daka. Because now the question is going to be like, where is Darka right now? And she might be like, I actually don't know. She might be like, I only found this half of the bell or something. Let's let the scene unravel. They do this routine so smooth. I know, that's sick. I would love to meet like someone who I like, even if I don't necessarily get along with. We already have like a mentally choreographed routine. Like you could just feel the aura.
I couldn't tell anyone.
They only just met. Yeah, exactly. Like I want, like, it would be someone who I meet and just like the dance I think of is the same kind of dance they think of. Okay, so she is death by tripping over a cat.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He saw the cat. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I feel like I was wanting to agree with you on that one, but it sounded weird. But yes, tripping over cat, because cat on floor. Ah, what the fuck? I don't expect anything to be in this room.
Yeah. My bro's already in his closet for the night.
Yeah. Friends of mine, we gotta recreate this giant deduction. Yeah, you gotta. Oh, that'd be great. No, see what a routine like this with all the spins needs. You need like deduction on ice, so you can get those glides and spins in properly.
That'd be cool.
I can't.
Ace Attorney.
Ice Attorney.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, you would call it Ice Attorney. Phoenix Wright on ice. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night. You know what I'm glad for? That Hosonaga and Biff are in the room too. So that we have Inspector Man and dude on crewman side to witness this. Ice Attorney, the frozen turnabout. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that.
It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands.
People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments.
Heard whistling. You think whistle sound might have just made the cat freak out?
She was so fast, she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her.
And that is how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it.
Yes. And I had read the, rules on the wall.
The voice you give Hosonaga is smooth. I love it. Thank you. I feel like it suits him.
Yes. We love hosting.
Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really.
So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping.
So at that point, you thought it safe to try and lure the kitten back again.
But he was journaling.
But he was busy journaling.
By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin.
Darka always loves this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing.
Now they finish the dance, I'll go to bed. It's turning 4:40. Oh, you're up so late. But I'm glad you joined us. But I hope we don't mess up your sleep schedule too badly. I hope to see you in the future in some capacity. Have a good night, yo, and take it easy. So the faint whistling sound Cosmo wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. I mean, oh man, if only she knew that there was also illegal activity in the second room, she would probably have been more forthcoming of, hey, is anyone there? Do you see anything weird in your room?
You'd be like, yeah, do you have my cat? I won't tell about your stowaway.
I won't
Don't
tell you about your tell about my
about
cat.
my
Yeah.
cat.
Or your sleep schedule's always a mess. I mean, as long as you wake up in time to do whatever daily duties you gotta daily do, you know, sleep schedule's not too bad. I used to work overnight jobs, so I used to be like sleep from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I would wake up to see the sun go down. It was great.
There was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then,
Uh-oh, something. What?
Thud.
Oof.
I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out, and then it was such a dreadful bang. Then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent.
Cosmo was...
From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. The SS Buria is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning.
Oh, you think it might have even been step on cat?
I think probably step on tail or something.
Step on tail.
That's why Cat's like, "Meow," and he's like shocked. Plus
Freak out,
moving,
slip.
Plus boat has a little bit of jiggle.
Mm-hmm.
If Mr. Asogi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet.
But I wonder if this is what the game is trying to steer us
I know,
towards.
for now.
But for now, this is the
But
this
like
is
I
the
said, this is gonna get the heat off of our back,
Mhm.
so we can look into more stuff because everybody's got a headache on.
Everybody's
this
got a
boat.
headache. So for the current projection, we think, oh no, slip and fall.
The combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused them to fall over. But what became of the kitten afterwards?
You haven't found her yet, have you?
In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator.
Oh, where is she?
Yet Daka is nowhere to be seen.
I must have forgotten to lock my case. And now she's disappeared again.
Gracious, that cat is as insufferably restless as I am.
Well, he knows something about himself, at least.
And when I woke this morning, I heard that a young man in the cabin next to mine had died. But I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back.
I mean, I don't think anyone would pin this on you, even if things like occurred this way, like it's not on you. Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake?
Yeah. whose snake
You're
is
right.
that?
Where is it? Yeah, it's like, wait a second, what the fuck is with the snake then? If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it? And where did it come from? What on earth is such a dangerous creature? Oh, he likes it. Oh, it's his. Oh, he's learning to like it. What the fuck? So snake theory.
Oh, I didn't say.
This is my snake.
Snake is my friend. His name is Pirosco.
Oh,
Oh,
that's why he doesn't mind.
this
fish.
man is the assassin. Yo, wait a second. What if snake go in tube? Like not even ventilator. Snake go in like the call tube?
You think, but snake give everybody a headache?
No, snake assassinate. Everyone get headache for sure, and then go my snake assassin. Although I don't think it could crawl through the tube the more I think about it.
You wouldn't be able
What?
to get back. It's the same problem as the
Yeah.
bat. You could put it in, but how's it getting back?
I also don't think it would be able to go anywhere in it.
That snake belongs to you? He escaped from cage when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him in here.
Yes, how did that snake get into this cabin?
But animals are not permitted on board. Ha! We are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without close friend? Without someone who understands?
Couldn't you find someone a little more, I don't know, human who understands you better?
The snake embraces him so well.
The snake embraces him so well.
But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake? Surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in.
Who said he's venomous?
Oh, he's gonna say it's a python snake. He's gonna say it's a grabby snake.
No venom. Hmm? Pirosco does not have venom. He is harmless, very long but very gentle. He is adorable, like Granny. It's venomless?
Yo, Sholmes,
Doesn't
I
know anything
I
about
don't
snakes.
think he knows anything about snakes, really.
Yes, now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see big smile.
I want to see that. I want to see Snake smile. And you feed him what? Milk, I sub. No, we don't. We went over this. We went over this, Ryunosuke.
Ha! Like they say they milk chickens? Ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid stories.
They eat mice.
Pirosco eats mouses. Big, fat, round mouses.
Ah. Oh, so is that what the mousetrap in the passageway is out there is for?
Of course. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food?
Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now.
So today, when the emergency alarm went off and locked the doors, the
Snake
snake
escaped.
got him.
And into this room.
So if last night the emergency alarm went off,
Snake go in other rooms.
snake could get out. Yeah.
Snake could find way. Sholmes is like, I really don't know anything. He's got to brush up on his snake facts.
It refuses to drink milk, it can't hear a whistle, it can't climb up a bell cord, and it's not even venomous.
It's like, what is the point of a snake?
Oh, the deuce did something so nice.
What the? You know what? So Salmon Pink hit me with an animated GIF of Sholmes on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I wanted to respond in kind with another GIF of like Ryunosuke, and I tried to look for Ace Attorney Chronicles GIFs. I found a couple.
Yeah.
One of the ones I found was Sholmes like get hit animation. I was like, where did that come from? What happens to lead to that?
It is not my fault. I do not make up stories. My Pirosco has nothing to do with this incident.
Well,
We'll see. I'm glad Captain McD and I are both just like, yeah, okay, buddy. I should get a snake hat for my. I should just get like a snake JPEG and put it on.
Instead of your pizza on your head?
So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. Yeah, everyone's like, this is. That doesn't seem right. Because another thing, too, is if you look at where he fell, unless he fell backwards into chair and then fell forwards type of thing.
It seems odd that he would have had the neck wound and then fallen on his face.
Miss
Pavlova? I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this.
A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then... Yeah, I know, but she's serious.
Oh.
So I'm giving her a serious voice. Wait, can I do a... If you're going to cover up your... Oh, no, that just sounds like a goblin.
Scary.
Scary. Then no matter the circumstances, I cannot forgive you.
But...
What are you talking about, Miss Mikotoba? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events. An accident. Is Sholmes...
Feel good about that
He doesn't seem convinced.
I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. Even I can see. That was not the truth.
Whoa.
Oh.
Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
Da-na-na. To be perfectly honest, yes.
She can tell the other
There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story. I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it.
The fact that there's other tampering on the scene. Where did the writing come
Yeah,
from?
there's a lot going on in that other room. I confess. I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. Oh? Because, yeah, they're writing in Russian,
Yeah.
So she either had to have been in that room or someone else was.
Yes.
I'm only present here for a very specific reason.
That's the only way that her story is fine as it is, where she wants to come back to it.
The truth is you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction. A distraction?
Yeah, that somebody knew he was in the wardrobe.
I do hope you've not been finding our shackles too uncomfortable. God damn it. So,
Why are those back on?
you know what? He's been using us to try and bait out the other guy, I guess.
Yeah.
What? Especially as you're on your wrists as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call. You were, Mr. Sholmes? Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he was my best bro. I'm the reason I'm on this ship. He's the reason I'm on this ship.
Yeah, we wouldn't have stowed away unless he told us to.
Yeah, he was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even. Yes, Susato, do you not believe in the power of friendship? Ugh. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, whatever that may be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. The truth about how you really died. And about how that scene... Yo. Oh my god. He's too cool. Even in Post-Mortem. And I love the cut on the back of his jacket. That's a star.
Yeah.
That's a sick detail. Alright. I'll see what I can do.
Excellent.
Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo.
So then, shall we begin?
Yes.
What we should ponder first is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance.
But we've already established it, haven't we? Well, if he died immediately... Yeah, actually, straight up, if he died and broke his neck, he wouldn't write anything on the ground.
It would be impossible for there to be writing in that room.
Unless it almost killed him, and he was like, the wardrobe did it.
But still an accident. The man tripped over the kitten. Tragic, yes, but still an accident.
Wait. Yeah, I'm glad that everyone's like, wait, now that we're just taking a second to think about it, there's something weird about that. Wait, let's just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it? You know what? I'm glad that the game does follow it to that point logically until it gets to this. And then it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
It's like, okay, just in case you think that this is true, let's take a look at that crime scene again. Do you
But
remember
wait a
anything
second.
else there?
That's a little weird, isn't it?
Back to Columbo.
It's time for Columbo voice because there's a discrepancy in the story here.
This doesn't make any sense. Now it does.
That doesn't make any sense. Okay, we have to wait for Ryonosuke to talk again before we can...
I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid.
I mean, game-wise, too, it's like they're not in the room, so they're not thinking about it, probably. It's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story here.
The evidence is right here in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident. Really? Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to present the evidence. The evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no mere accident.
The writing on the floor.
And that's, even if it's not his writing, that means it was not an accident.
Yeah. Yes!
The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print.
There's no way that Mr. Soggy could have left this message on the floor.
That script, it's Russian, isn't it?
They're not even addressing the fact that he wrote something after a, like, neck snap death.
Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language. Japanese in this case.
But maybe he was studying Russian.
Pavlova.
It is simple language. He could have picked it up very fast.
It's a simple language? Yo, man.
If you start learning a language, what do you start with?
The
It's
alphabet?
Like, hello.
Yeah,
My name
hello.
is- Maybe some colors. Wardrobe.
Bathroom. That's another one. Beer. Una cerveza. I don't know how to say a drink. Vodka. One vodka.
He could have picked it up very fast.
That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not.
Sorry? What do you mean?
If he tripped on a cat and snapped his neck.
You see, I'm glad that the game addresses... I'm very glad that this game, over other Phoenix Wright games,
Doesn't
brings up...
focus on that stuff.
It doesn't focus on it, but it brings them up. It's like, hey, wouldn't this detail matter? And they're like, that's an important thing to note, but that's not the reason we're bringing this up.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
We will get to that. That is good for bringing it up, but exactly as I said before, there's no way that Mr. Soki could have left this message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained in here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae, resulting in instant death.
Instant death. Ah!
Thank you, Post-Mortem Report. Which means, after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything. Because he was already dead.
Oh, I like that it shows you.
Yeah, it teleported the writing away.
That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Asogi's cabin.
What if this was a whole, like, crazy, like, plot for that first conclusion?
Something else we found in Mr. Asogi's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there, if what Miss Pavlova told us was true.
What? So, Sasada-san has noticed it too, then. Putting this message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives the truth away. Another piece of evidence that proves this was no accident. In other words... oh. Huh.
The log.
The log?
That stuff was going on. There were no entries.
Wait, let's... We could try the log.
What do you think?
I'm...
The diary from the abrupt stop?
Right? Like, I'm thinking.
I'm just looking at
I'm
the other
thinking.
stuff we have, and it doesn't seem...
Something...
That's the
So...
only thing to me that shows, like, something's up.
Oh, wait. She got half of the bell. And the other half is in here.
Okay.
So I think it's got to be the bell. Yeah, because it's even bringing us to this.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, wait, no, it's just letting us look at it. So I think it's the bell. Yeah.
Yes!
Oh, yo, Rorix, what's up? Hey, and thanks for the sub as always, bro. Always appreciated. Your support keeps the channel alive and keeps me playing these games that you could watch and hang out with. This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor. Evening, yo. We're discovering how our bro died. The initial hypothesis was, oh, he slipped.
Well, no, the initial hypothesis
Okay, the initial
was-
hypothesis was
We
we did it. The second hypothesis was a cat snuck in, spooked him, and he tripped and died. But there is now evidence that, and died instantly.
Yes.
Which-
He snapped his neck.
Because he snapped his neck. So the neck snap is true. But that's the glass bell the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. It was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. So we already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic? Unfortunately, there's a very big flaw. A fatal flaw. What? If that's really what happened,
How did she get the rest? Yeah.
then how did one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin? They're gonna discuss the lock bolt now,
Yeah.
I think. Because it's like, how did she get from this room to this room?
It wasn't locked, and she left.
Yes, remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that waste paper basket. Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova?
Oh no.
She wouldn't care to explain it.
She does not want to explain it. Both these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Asagi died last night in his cabin, there was someone else in the room. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth. In order to cover up his or her own guilt. Yeah. Oof, aw.
Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asogi's...
Oh, whoa. You are wasting time. Someone else was there? Duh, of course, we know this.
What are you talking about?
It was you. Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There is no way in or out. Oh, yes. And only other person in cabin when your student died was you.
Yes, I wasn't there. It's true. I was in the cabin when it happened.
You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details.
But I don't know Russian. There's no way I could have left that message.
Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message. To be precise about the details.
Would you mind? Sholmes, I'm having...
Forgive me, my dear fellow.
He just wants to steal your thunder.
No, Sholmes, this is my thunder. Stop trying to steal it.
No, he's the hero.
Sholmes really thinks he is the hero. As I was saying, person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time. And then, the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor for fear of it becoming evidence that would show how Mr. Asagi really died.
But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions.
Yes, well,
It was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. A single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would barely have cast any light onto the floor there.
So she missed it.
so she straight up just might not have seen it.
Little wonder then that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny item.
You will suspect me, don't you?
Oh, he's not Biff. Oh, here's our wall.
He even took his snake off.
He took the snake off to protect her.
Nina is woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor.
What do you know about Nina?
2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills and she went away to join ballet company. But before, she was dancer on the ship, a member of ship's band.
Ah, this seems like a
That's why they're helping her get away.
okay, yeah. So they knew her before she was in ballet. And
You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal.
so that's it.
You say that when young student died, Nina was there in his cabin. But that is not possible. I give my tooth.
Well, that is almost interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure?
You are a great detective. You should know. Door is locked.
Yeah.
Look through the eyes. Cabin bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. Nobody could go into cabin. Not Nina, not anyone. Or you want to tell me that killer can walk through locked doors? Niet, it's impossible.
He's right.
Dude, we already proved this, guys.
Well, wait. I've read about this in detective stories.
People. Oh, but you disproved this. Oh, but
Yeah,
she's
so
saying
he's
it for
trying
us.
To get it off our backs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thread? Are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors.
Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel with not a gap in sight. No threads or needles or magnets could have been used.
No, of course not. I thought so too.
She's trying to defend us, though, which is a good sign. At least she's on our side.
Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier, so...
Susato-san, how could you come?
I'm not the
Susato.
So Seaman Stroganov has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside.
Not necessarily.
What?
I put to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. Is he just gonna go slam the button outside like a jackass? Yeah, that's gonna fuck up the boat. Oh my god, no, don't do it.
Do it.
Oh no, Sholmes.
And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used before. I don't believe it.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't
Yeah,
you?
you do.
A way to shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside. One way does spring to mind, yes.
Do you really know what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, and so should you,
Let's go demonstrate.
because we've seen it happen.
Indeed we have. So, would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yeah.
I'll point it out, I'm not gonna do it. The telling signs of the method.
We look at the book.
Oop.
The shelf.
Look at the bookcase there. See how all the books and things on it have toppled over?
That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before.
Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over.
Like this bolt in the door.
Like this bolt in the door, which seems to be a major design flaw.
I believe that's what's known as the force of inertia acting on the objects.
Is there nothing Susato-san doesn't know? Or that isn't in her book, at least? That book is, like, very full of facts.
And I thought it was just like a translation.
Yeah.
But she used it for everything.
That...
The snake facts.
Yeah, it's...
Inertia.
I thought it was translations, and then it was snake facts, now it's physics. This book knows everything. Also made something else in this cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door. It was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier. We'd come into this cabin not long before, and we hadn't bolted the door. But then... Ka-chunk. Hello, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance.
That sounds just like Hosonaga. Oh, yes! That's it. When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and locked the door.
Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of Inertia, if you want to call it that. Inertia.
We're so smart.
I think that's a force that we might be too familiar with. Are you trying to say that last night, after Mr. Sogi was killed,
The emergency alarm was sounded.
Ka-chunk? Oh. You know when you watch like a 2D animation and you see like what parts are going to move because they're animated differently? Yes, as Burya made another emergency stop, but I don't remember it.
Because we were all gassed.
We were all gassed. When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments. It was almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over.
Oh, yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I?
Like Isaac's wall. Isaac's wall. Wait, Isaac from what? Wait, are we talking... Eh? When we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. Binding of Isaac. Oh, some walls have a oh, the wall has a tell. For some... Oh, yeah. Oh, you're talking about the animation. Yeah, you look at the wall and you're like, that wall is a secret wall. There's something up with it. All the books and everything had toppled over. Just like Mr. Asagi's cabin.
Oh my.
Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova? She doesn't.
Are you out of your mind? You say Burya made emergency stop?
Oh, and you know what? We're gonna bring up the book now.
Yeah, because he's gonna say there was nothing
It does seem a little far-fetched.
Yeah,
out
there
of
was...
the ordinary.
Oh? Then why didn't you write it down? Dun-dun-dun.
It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room.
Oh, it is simple enough.
Hmm? Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? Used to trigger the emergency alarm.
Oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there, telling you only to press the button in times of emergency.
On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow crewmen to raise the alarm. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. I had to hold myself back 3 times every time I passed it. Oh,
Way.
wait, it was you? When the button is pressed, 2 things happen in the interest of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings, and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today.
Mr. Sholmes, surely it wasn't you who...
Oh my god, he
Tess pulled the
did.
button before?
As I always say, a button has only but one purpose in life.
To be pushed.
To be pressed.
And it was the occasion. He sounds proud of himself. It's hard to tell where on the boundary of intelligence Sholmes is. Because, yeah,
It
but also,
proved that things could be locked. He saw the results of it.
and there were people in the room to see that there was results of it. Did he know we were in? How much does
He was
Sholmes
in the
know?
hall when we went in.
Right? Like, it's hard to tell how much Sholmes is like messing with us and how much is like he genuinely has a good grasp of what's going
Yeah.
on.
How dare you mess with sheep? I report you to Captain. You are in much trouble now. Now, I'm sure all that can wait until later. Until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we now have learnt a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin door slide closed. So, what we must now consider...
Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asoki, did this ship make an emergency stop? Or did it not?
You are idiots. Buria is a huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop, even in the middle of night, there will be chaos everywhere.
Just like
What are your thoughts, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, it's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea.
Really? What evidence, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, wow.
Fascinating. Do show us, my good man. What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped this vessel last night? Let's look at that log. Take this.
The fact that nothing of interest was
Oh,
not
yeah.
like that an emergency should have been.
Seaman Stroganov, it's your duty to patrol the first class area of the ship. Isn't that right?
Ah, that is correct. Why?
And the ship's log here. This would be where you record the details of your duties?
What are you doing with that? That is mine.
It's the ship's act.
Ah, you rather carelessly left it atop the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with a mind to return it to you later. Later. I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it always.
The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances, you write the phrase, nothing to report every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all.
Nothing recorded in the log? That is, because nothing happened.
But if nothing happened, you would normally write, nothing to report, wouldn't you? You know what I'm just realizing now?
That he clips through the girl?
I didn't notice that, but now I'm noticing that. The tire marks on his face are the snake. I just thought of that now. Maybe he just lets the snake chill on his face while he's like out in the
he's
sun.
there, yeah.
Indeed so, which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened here aboard the SS Buria. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact.
Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night?
Stop talking rubbish.
If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself. Oh? Why? Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed.
It's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship lurched so violently, and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that, even it happened in the dead of night.
Well, no, that's a good point. Are we gonna discuss that everyone had headaches?
What of the throbbing?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry? What do you mean? Your head, man. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We've all suffered with it. Oh, yes, I have a headache, you're right. I thought it was just me. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today.
Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn.
Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected.
He's right. My head's been throbbing today too. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hasty. Yo,
Was the food?
drug food. And wait, if we ate it, Kazuma didn't eat it.
Because he doesn't like chicken.
Because he doesn't like chicken. Facts are coming together. And they're pointing in a direction we can't see yet.
Well, I was gonna say, well then that means they might have only killed him because he was awake.
Oh, you think he was a witness to something?
That
Or
if
something?
they were trying to get something out of our room or do something.
Ah.
And then he was awake.
That's true.
But that doesn't make sense because then they wouldn't have pre-drugged everyone. And I don't know.
I feel like he was still a target at least,
Yeah,
maybe.
they said he was a target for assassination.
Yeah.
That's why they sent him a bodyguard.
Okay, we'll need more information. Need more information.
I don't know what he would have worth stealing though. Just a sword.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's a sort of justice. I don't know. I think I suspect it might just have to do with the fact that he's like an ambassador from Japan.
Yeah.
Really. I can't remember anything. Then the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I'd already been dragged out of the wardrobe and had those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all that was happening to me? He's like, yeah, wait a second. I was like beat the fuck up and I didn't wake up.
Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo. You boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you?
Oh, well, yes.
Sorry. The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive?
Yo, Sholmes is straight up making this connection right now.
Well, also he's gonna say that it probably had more effect on us if we hadn't eaten anything else. Like other people had other things
To kind of
water
dilute it.
down, you know? If that's the only thing we ate all day. More potency?
Because we, you know what? We ate a whole chicken. So we probably just got even more of whatever drug was in there. Well, Kazuma looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals.
So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it.
Yes, in fact, I ate all of it. Kazuma wasn't fond of chicken.
Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all?
That's right. He didn't touch it. Wait a second. Other point, too. He didn't eat the chicken, and he was awake and lucid. Pavlova was also awake and probably did not eat chicken. Stroganoff possibly fell asleep because he did not fill in his log. He ate the chicken. Is that relevant? He didn't touch it.
My dear fellow, does that not strike you?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken?
I do.
No. Really? Is that really true?
The meal prepared for the passengers last night has been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of a soporific, designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it.
Yeah, I called it. Good job, us. We have such big brains.
Well, we tried sleeping gas for a long time. But
Yeah, food probably is easier than sleeping gas. The sleeping gas is, The sleeping gas would be more applicable if it was like just a localized area, but this
Yeah.
was like it got
The
like
entire
everyone.
ship.
Yo,
Well, it was kind of the more we got, we're like, it's just the one floor, and then we're like,
it seems to be like
everybody.
everybody's gotten it. Yeah, roofies. Oh no, someone drugged us and everyone else too. Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one noticed the ship's emergency stop?
Mr. Naruhodo, of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means.
Uh,
What a
it
far-fetched
is
idea.
what he means.
Precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a soporific drug would certainly be
You
impossible.
couldn't tell that everybody would eat it.
Yeah.
But, unless that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. What?
Mr. Sholmes,
Yo, what if the boat is crime boat? Uh-oh. That would put us in danger, because we're not in on boat gang.
Well, Seaman, I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will
What?
get you nowhere.
Maybe Ballerina didn't eat it because she wasn't on the boat yet. She came on last night, not in a port. If they didn't want that to be conspicuous because they're trying to hide
Oh, so
her, they're trying to help her get away. The crew knows she's a dancer, that we used to work on the boat. They were like, let's make sure everybody's asleep so her boat can meet up with us.
yeah, they drugged the boats that she could get on in a subtle manner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was they did the drug boat, but it wasn't necessarily for assassination.
Yes, it wasn't to get into our cabin. It was to sneak her on.
Drug boat was to get her on the boat because she snuck on, quote unquote, in the middle of the night when people are like, how the fuck she do that? But now I guess I'm looking at this. Oh, yeah, I have a number in the back. Okay, that's neat. Anyway.
Because he's looking away. He knows about
Yeah,
the
so
drug.
he knows about it.
If you refuse to talk, there would be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself would be hauled over the coals.
Knowing that you drugged an entire boat of people.
For aiding and abetting a renegade.
So
You should say something, Biff.
So I suspect drug boat happened. Someone take advantage of drug boats. Yeah.
please, no more. I will tell everything.
Oh.
I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore.
They're helping me get away, and I'm gonna get them all.
These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe.
Yes. So when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me.
We all agreed to help, everyone together. She threw away everything. Her fame in the ballet, Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel.
Damn. Yo, boat gang.
I don't believe it.
Oh. Look at this, like, honor biff.
You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night.
Then why did you eat it?
He ate it himself. Imagine he ate it himself. The semen symptom. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the idea is her father was also one of them, and then she was talented in singing and dancing, and then she left to go join the ballet, and then she's like, not for me. Gotta get back. Remember now, I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter. Oh, there was a straight up like chunk of it. Like, oh, this chicken's a little. It's a little
What is his only meal for the
It's not a texture I'm familiar with.
Nah, we could not make all drug. How do you say, dissolve?
Oh, talk about heavy seasoning. It's like you just see a full ass pill in your meat and you eat it anyway.
At midnight in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by comrade on shore with small fishing boat. While all the passengers of the SS Borea slept soundly. thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion their evening meals had contained.
So if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who disliked chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova.
Time to go find who doesn't like chicken.
And that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Kazuma's cabin door. I wonder if he's gonna say, but I don't think it was you.
But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been complete chaos.
Everybody was in their cabin. Must be
Oh,
locked
I
up.
wouldn't say so.
What?
Of course. Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins. After which, they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug.
Quite, and accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night.
Yes.
The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway. And so not one of them would have even found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning.
Yeah, I guess even if you didn't lock it, you'd go to sleep, wake up, and be like, did I lock it? I guess I must have. I was very sleepy.
In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to emergency stop in the early hours of the morning.
This whole cutscene happened because Sholmes just fucking slammed that button. What? Like, we got so much info from this
Yeah.
scene. There's
See, it
so
was worth
much.
pushing that button.
It was really worth pushing that button. Thank you, Sholmes. What a psycho genius. Doom.
You have talked a long time and said many things. What is point? The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock the door. All told, a busy night.
But, I don't know about any of this. I'm just a little girl.
You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am sailor, and sailors don't listen to long, boring stories. We don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes.
Okay, let's push the emergency stop button again.
A laudable trait. What? I'm quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything.
That's why I already pushed the button.
Mr. Naruhodo,
Oh, yes?
do you hear it? The accusatory cry of guilt on the wind?
What accusatory cry of guilt?
Sorry, you've lost me.
Proof of involvement, man. But you can't hear such a call with your ears. No, you must hear it with your eyes, for observation is the basis of all deduction.
Hear it with my eyes.
What are you talking about? I believe the time has come for one final logic and reasoning spectacular.
Yo, you know what?
Can't spit.
What if it was, you have seen the lady? We cannot have anyone know. Oh no.
Because he didn't eat the chicken, so he
Yeah.
would've been like, what's the emergency stop? Seen her come on board.
Mr. Naruhodo,
Your assistance, if you please.
with what exactly, Mr. Sholmes?
With observation, my dear fellow. Just as I said, of these two prevaricators.
Observation?
If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Sogi's death. What we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two was there when it happened.
Precisely. You are delightfully quick to grasp my meaning.
Alright, I'll see what I can see. So we're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else was there last night when Kazuma died. What suggests that someone else was... can I see your hands? Can I see your... Can I see? Let me what you got? What do you got? Let me look at your butts.
The
Your
ink.
butt! I knew it. Hello, buddy.
Yes!
Seaman Stroganov. You seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there.
Eh? Ah, yes, I don't know where the dirt comes from.
So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain?
What are you trying to say?
It would appear that the significance of the stain has escaped your attention, Seaman.
Allow us to make it plain.
It's a very large purple stain on the back of Seaman Stroganov's uniform.
I think what made it is clear.
Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it.
My pleasure. Alright then. The evidence that proves that what the stain on Seaman Stroganov's uniform really is. Da 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 da. Is it that one? Yeah. It's the only thing we have with the ink. Yeah. Ka-chicka-chicka. Yes, it's this photograph and the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform.
Ink? A rather unusual color of ink, purple.
Oh,
Ah, the penny drops at last. Now you see the significance. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. And the stain on the back of your uniform is ink of exactly the same color. If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Which means you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilled. Alright, yes. It was me. I did it. Everything.
oh no.
I arranged everything in dead student's cabin to make it look like Wardrobe Man did it.
Okay, so I don't think.
Then I pressed button to make Buria do emergency stop and bolt cabin door shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel.
So, okay, the way he's saying this seems like
He didn't, but he's
kill him.
taking the blame.
It also seems like he saw the dead body and was like, oh snap, our angel was in here. We can't pin this on her.
Biff, please.
Don't worry, angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in morning. I was on duty, patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet.
Biff, please, you must help me.
I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw student boy on floor. What happened here?
Please, don't tell anyone. My little one. My little furry friend.
Oh, so she thinks that
That's
she
what the
did.
cat did.
She thinks that the cat did it.
Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through ventilator into Mr. Sogi's cabin. Then he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell out to the floor.
Then he tripped over and broke his neck when he fell to the floor?
Yes, that is right.
They're not looking.
They're not looking at us.
So after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers, only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor. She said she was worried when she heard sound of something falling on the floor. That's when she went to look. No, Angel? The door was not locked. so she opened to look, and you already know what happened after.
There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind.
What?
When you went to Mr. Asogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why?
I already told you. When Nina opened door of student's cabin and looked inside.
I was asking Miss Pavlova.
Whoa, damn, yo, stands up to Biff. She does not care. She'll fucking Susato counter him. Well, Miss Pavlova?
Oh. Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark, and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared. I understand, and I believe you.
Yo, how come you believe her and not us? For our business. So is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last? Well, I don't think so.
I actually find it shocking that she would be surprised that he's on the floor unconscious when she knows that every passenger was giving sleeping drug. Like, you might have not made it to your bed and pass out on the floor. It shouldn't have been a shock to see somebody passed out.
I mean, you can look at a body and you could see, oh, he's just asleep. Wait, he's not breathing. Or something. I feel like if you look at it, be like, that's a lot more still than he should be. And like the floor would, even if you know everyone's been given the sleep drug, you might not assume that everyone's made it to bed still. Or like you might not make the assumption that people didn't make it to their bed.
Something very nearly slipped. Oh, one more thing.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
This photograph. Yes, I took it myself, you know. The cause of death was a broken neck, therefore the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that precipitated those events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if these are the facts, there's one particular area in the photograph that seems to me somewhat unnatural.
What do you mean unnatural?
What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruhodo?
Huh? Oh, well... Kazuma tripped and fell, and by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck. Which part of this photographic print seems unnatural? Well, the finger point, for one. Because it's like, we know he didn't do that.
Well, but we know that they
Or the
supposedly
clenched...
tampered with the crime scene.
You think maybe the clenched fist? Because I'm thinking like clenched fist, closed eyes. Because like this part, like we know.
Yeah, I feel like you normally don't clench your fist if you fall. Your reaction is normally to open your hands to brace.
To try and brace for a fall, yeah. Let's see if our guess is that. And then I think if that's not it, we can go to the pointing hand just to see if it's to confirm the, it's weird that his hand is moving. Insta-death so he wouldn't be writing. That's
The insta-death wouldn't be writing though. They already cleared up because they know Biff and her were just trying to make a cover.
Yeah. So we
that one to me
think
looks
that...
like, yes, it's unnatural, but it's explained already.
Yeah. So we think that the finger pointing is unnatural, but they did talk about that already, so I don't know if they'll bring it back up again in this photo. I'm gonna click the clenched fist. Because I think if you were thrown off balance, you open your hands, because you're like, I'm gonna fall.
Yes!
Alright, if he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then his fist just doesn't seem quite right. Yeah, I like that they hide that. They don't hide the detail, but because it's not the most striking instant part of the photo, you don't think about it as much.
And you don't know what the cause of death is immediately, so you just see him on the floor and you're like, okay, cool, he's on the floor.
The same exact thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Yet here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say, as though he were gripping something. What do you mean?
That made Pavlova jump.
Simply that I took the liberty of finding what was in his hand.
Oh, man. Okay, incriminating evidence time.
You did. And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow?
Did we find something off Biff's shirt?
Mr. Sholmes, show us, please.
Why, of course, my dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense?
An earring.
An
That's what
earring. Oh, that's her earring. Uh-oh.
This is what I found.
Oh, a crescent moon with a little gemstone.
Oh, man. Yeah, and
Those are like
those
big,
are
showy earrings.
big, noticeable earrings. Oh, no. Oh.
Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us?
That our best boy was also a magical girl.
It tells us our best boy was a magical girl.
It tells us nothing.
I'm not so sure. Crescent moon looks... It looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. Yeah, I'm very sure we pointed out that earring the first time
Yeah,
we
I
saw
was
her.
like, ooh, look at that earring.
Yeah.
Observation, Mr. Naruhodo. That is the key.
What?
The truth is now tantalizingly close.
How did that crescent moon come to be in Kazuma's clenched fist?
And this is the final clue. The last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe. Find the answer with your own eyes.
1, 2. Where did the crescent moon come from? Okay, so to answer the specific question, it came from right here. It came from right here.
Yes!
Miss Pavlova, I noticed that on your ear. Even though you have a metal earring, the decorative part of it seems to be missing. The little link holding it on must have broken, I suppose.
What?
But looking at your other ear, I notice a crescent moon.
Ah. I don't believe it.
How are we so observant
How-
of this crescent moon with that gigantic swan hat? We're like, oh yeah, I was just
Yeah,
waiting.
I can't get over the fact. Yeah, we can't get over the fact that we. Yeah, it's just a lady, not a lady in an enormous swan hat. That swan. We'll never let that swan hat go. That's swan. And there's nowhere for her to hide anything. That one was egregious.
Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there's only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Soggy must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night in Mr. Soggy's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. Oh, there it is. But then the question is, why did Mr. Soggy do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? No.
Angel.
No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? Oh.
Breakpoint.
Breakpoint. Oh. When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship. And then, when I was at last in this cabin and I could relax after this horrible, long day. Cat run. Darka, wait! Oh, Yo, it's straight up you saw too much. I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call it with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy, but nothing worked. Darka would not come back. Man, Kazuma didn't have to die, man. Hello? Clunk. What are you doing here this time of night, Inspector? What?
Is this Kazuma talking to Hasanaga?
What? Wait.
Oh, you're not the inspector.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He figured that's the only one who'd be knocking
Oh,
on his door.
yeah, okay, that's what it is. That was him talking, okay. I thought it was a friend of mine. Oh, no. Straight up, you just...
The young man from your country. He was very polite and kind.
So you could have just asked for your cat back.
He helped me to find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone.
So why is he dead right
But
now?
then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin.
Just a moment. Sorry, but...
Oh, yes?
I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere. Oh, it's you know too much.
You know I'm a ballerina.
Ah,
She thought he wouldn't turn her in for the cat, but...
Of course, you're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina.
huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina?
Oh, man. And he's just like, he's so hyped to see her. Ballet made a deep impression. I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on the ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment. That's crazy.
I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice.
Oh, but then you know what that might mean? Biff is like, can't take chances. I see. So you've run away.
Please, please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone.
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. That's how they knew that there was someone in here.
He's going to pull that cord. He's going to tell the captain.
Oh, he was looking to the wardrobe, yeah.
Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait, I shouted, and then...
Cat.
Darka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And...
Oh, do you think it was... Oh, God, I'm falling. Oh, no, help. Reach out to try and grab.
As he turned to look at me.
Oh, so it was he just tried to catch something. Oh, she pushed him.
I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared.
Oh, man.
I had to stop him from telling anyone about me.
Oh. And that's when you went to fetch help from Seaman Stroganov, who was on duty out in the passageway. I heard Nina cry out and thud on floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door, shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said,
Help me, Biff. If they find out, I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go.
Shit, man. I mean, it's like, it's survival, so like, I understand why she did it, but fuck, man. That's like...
And like, you wouldn't expect somebody to be in the wardrobe.
In the wardrobe.
So she's thinking it's just the
There's, there's only one thing, like
the report button.
Like, from her perspective, in her survival mindset, like, literally, it makes sense. So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it. So that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door? Yes.
I went into cabin and I looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway in wardrobe, still sleeping.
Right. That's when he found me.
So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the stowaway.
I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper sign.
Luckily for me, that's the only reason Susato-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent.
I dragged young man's body to good place and used ink that was spilling to write on floor. I wrote wardrobe so the person who found them would look inside wardrobe and find stowaway. And tell me, what of the glass bell?
It was by my feet, so I picked it up.
I see.
But it was dark in cabin. I didn't notice the other half.
And then Angel went back to her cabin, and I finished job.
By pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway.
Yes. Accordingly, the SS Burya did indeed come to an emergency halt at a little after 2 a.m., thus enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery.
There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova.
What?
Well, you said that you told Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right?
Yes.
But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship,
The captain's
aren't you
friend, yeah.
friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem? She's straight up in survival mode.
It was what he said first that made me scared.
What he said first? What are you doing it here at this time of night, Inspector?
Oh,
so she didn't know that-
police people on the ship.
She thinks that she probably thought that there were people looking for her already, because she's paranoid, right? So she thought that he's like
I'm sorry, I thought it was a friend of mine.
so thought it wasn't gonna call. Yeah,
He said an inspector was his friend.
So that even if he
yes.
called the captain,
Captain.
he would call
other people as
of
well.
authority.
Meaning me, who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard.
I thought that if police knew about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, I... May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? It just doesn't seem to make sense.
Because Inspector would have been
I mean,
asleep.
was Mr. Asogi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know. What? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
He wanted to ask us in the wardrobe.
Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain. But he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done it.
No, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the
Like,
cord.
I think if anything, he was going to be
He's going
like,
to make them
"Listen,
send
I'm
me
not
back."
gonna tell your secret. Do you want to
But I'm gonna tell my bro.
I
Yeah,
have a secret. This will make you feel comfortable.
yeah. I think we outright have not discussed the fact that he was in the
Yes.
wardrobe. Yeah. So I think they're just gonna go over that now.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done, it seems. There's one more deduction to make.
What? Another deduction?
Yes, what action was the victim really about to take at that moment?
He was going to introduce us.
Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed?
Yeah. Oh man, this is just. Oh. This is somehow worse than the cat accident. Because
He
this.
was just like such a nice guy.
He was such a nice guy that this crazy combination of errors. It's easy. I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still. The cabin has been my home for this entire voyage.
So this is that cabin looked last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama.
Yes, that's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. If there's one thing I've learned today, it's that a simple gaze can reveal all manner of truths. Not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze to where it lands. So when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at? Wardrobe. Let's look at the wardrobe. Let's zoom in. A wardrobe. My wardrobe. I was in there at the time, of course, sleeping soundly. Too soundly. If only I hadn't eaten that chicken that was laced with the sleeping drug. If only he'd woken me up. Then maybe this tragedy would never... This is straight up like, dude, like, you can't put this on you, man. This is like 20 coincidences that just, like, went wrong.
Take that!
Considering everything that had happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord. Yes, however, what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe. The wardrobe. And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly.
Oh! Miss Pavlova, please, think back very carefully. What were Mr. Asogi's exact words last night?
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. Not, I'm going to call someone, right?
Another opinion.
Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if, between them, they might be able to help in some way, no doubt.
Oh, no. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asagi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had.
Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did. And that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that.
I'm sorry. Really. So sorry.
Sorry won't bring my dead friend back.
What have I done?
Oh. And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Burya was finally laid to rest. I believe in current terms that would be considered manslaughter, which is you did something that led to a death, but not murder. SS Burya.
The push?
Because it's one of those things where it's, well, I don't think she tried to kill him.
No, I don't think
It was
she
probably
did.
a try
It
to
was like-
stop him.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna go yell for Biff.
Yeah.
And just like, we'll deal with it then. 9th of January, 7:14 p.m. SS Burya, first class cabin passageway. What will happen to Miss Pavlova now then? Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her? Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort that all out. Mr. Sholmes can do that? So it'll be one of those, serve your sentence for the crime, and then you can be away from Russia. So she won't be going back to Russia then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. You know, I suspect there may be a time skip in this game, based on, you know, the game's cover and what we look like on there. I wonder if we'll get to see her again.
She ran away, so now she's in exile for life. Oh, so if you just like bolt, they're just like, we don't want you back. I'm sorry. Seaman Stroganoff. I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you, about how you lost good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police.
That's kind of you. Oh, in the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death feels like such a waste. But, well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you?
Da. Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan.
Yes. Yeah. I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different.
So, you should get back to your cabin now.
Damn. It looks like my study to Great Britain is over before it's even begun then. To think that only days ago, Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets of London. That seems like a distant memory now. Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping?
Yeah.
Oh, Susato. Susato-san. Huh.
Naruhodo-san, I didn't know you had returned.
Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack. You know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that.
I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over, just like that.
Susato-san. Oh.
He had such grand ideas for this visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away, just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. That it was just an accident.
That, it makes his death feel like you're just like, God damn it. Of course that would happen to this guy, right?
Yeah.
Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruhodo-san. It's just too much.
Yes, I know. Because, like, you can only get so mad at Pavlova for it.
Yeah, 'cause what's she like?
She's like a 16-year-old, like, and she's running from a country for her life.
Yeah.
So, like, I wish there was something I could say.
Inspector.
My duty was to see Asogi-san safely to Great Britain, but I failed, and caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down.
I mean, the odds were stacked against everyone in this case, man. Like, you ate drug chicken. Like, you were put to sleep, man.
And I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder.
Nobody blames you, Inspector.
What?
And I'm free again now. What? Huh?
Gotcha.
Surprise, Mr. Naruhodo. We're grieving!
You're still
What?
That means
What
you're
is
a
the meaning of
criminal.
this?
Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. I put them on you for my benefit.
So you're gonna hang around with me, and I'm gonna put them on whenever I feel like.
Oh, goodness.
So I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say. You are a stowaway after all.
My best friend just fucking died. He thinks this is funny? Oh, Sholmes, you're a fucking asshole. What do you have to say now?
Mr. Sholmes,
Well, I guess, like, thank you for, like, you know, the work that you put in.
we do appreciate your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. I do hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh, but what if Sholmes is, like, our hookup?
To get us out?
Because he saw us work, right? We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened. What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was the stowaway.
Well, she was only going to be with him
Yeah,
and assist him, and he was only going as a bodyguard.
we were all tied to him. But if we have the Sholmes connection... Yeah,
The terms of this study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant.
was to be.
You can be the lawyer, and she can still be the assistant.
In the light of Mr. Asagi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead.
Oh no. I don't care for me, but... Poor Susato-san.
My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely.
But there's no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer.
Qualifications, you say? I'll give them to you. Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid.
Oh, but...
But anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer.
Yes.
Miss Susato,
Yes?
do you think perhaps I might be able to do it?
But you're not a lawyer, Mr.
I'm as
Naruhodo.
much a lawyer as
Oh,
the other guy
unless...
was.
Are you studying
We're
law?
both in the same
Yeah,
year.
it's straight up I was studying law. No, I'm not, but,
Oh, I'm sorry. In that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo?
yes, I have a month in which to study. To learn what you have a month to learn how to be. You know what, though? Before lawyers are like a big thing,
Yeah.
a lot of law is written in response to like crimes that
Yes.
happen and other cases that have been solved. So maybe there's not a lot of lawyer to learn yet,
Yeah.
cuz we're like 60 years away. There's been 60 years of developments.
Yeah.
So maybe being a lawyer was something you could just like do.
But also, he was like, "Were you studying law?" We were studying law. Why
Weren't
did we
we?
say no to that?
Maybe we weren't and we're just hanging with him as a bro.
Were we just in the same university, but we weren't?
Let me
in
just
law
like
class?
what do we know? Who is us? Can we can't even investigate ourselves. Okay.
Because maybe we're a university student in a different major, but still in the same university.
Yeah, because I guess in like earlier times you could assume being a lawyer wasn't such a complicated, it needs its own university thing. It was just like a side course, and he was just like, yeah, I'll take that course.
That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days?
There's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time you reach Great Britain, I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. Honestly, I'm just being optimistic because I've hoped for this. Well, I mean, I know the game continues, so.
But why put yourself in such a difficult position?
For my
For
bro.
Kazuma. Yo. He said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain. And that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Susato? Yo, you know what? This turned the mood around. I was real sad that I was going to end the stream on like a heavy bummer, but
I think it's a wonderful idea.
rare smile. Thank you. Kazuma, I'm going to do it, man.
What does our inspector friend say?
Are you serious?
He healed up there.
One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, it's madness. Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't that be some cool shit? I think it'd be really neat. Even if they didn't make it, they could write about it. Fascinating. Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest. Give us fascination.
Sholmes, let's not go too far with this. But speak for yourself.
Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no?
It's okay, we're in a dubious territory here, but for the sake of a good story.
And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, above all, and above all, courage.
Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Inspector, after all, I did just make a promise, didn't I?
Do anything you can.
Yeah. I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here. Oh, man.
Oh, thank you, Inspector.
Yo, Kazuma, you may have passed, but your dream will live on. If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think.
I hope you don't get beaten up again.
I need to discuss what to do next and how to best make my report. He's all, yeah, you know what? I just realized when you said he healed. Yeah, he's got no more beat up eye and like fucked up face.
And his glasses are fixed.
He's not even bleeding from his mouth anymore. I mean, that might still be happening. He's hiding it, but you know.
Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer.
I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant.
This Susato smile is just, it's too powerful. It's so endearing, especially after the snarky looks we've been getting from her this whole time. Oh, she's
Well,
beaming.
We've shown her twice that we're not a murderer. I think
Yeah.
she's gonna full trust in us now.
Yeah, she trusts in us and she's seen our guts. She's seen our gusto. Thank you.
And Mr. Naruhodo,
I'd like you to take charge of this. Yeah! Oh, man. What? Me? Are you sure?
Protect his soul.
I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted.
Oh, he's always with... Oh, my God. We're in Chapter 2 of this game, and it's already so intense.
Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword. It's been in the Asogi clan for generations.
Very well. I accept. I'll treasure it always. Oh. So then, Miss Susato. It seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet.
It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, I love her pocketbook. It's so nice.
And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. We shall fill every spare moment with study.
Yes, that's exactly what I need.
But before we begin,
Going out and sleep.
I have an earnest favor to ask of you too.
It's been a long day.
Goodness, what is it?
Please, throw me to the...
Because she flipped us so many times.
Oh, okay. What?
I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable.
I made her voice deeper in this whole cutscene because it's gotten intense. No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away, and the cabin door was locked.
No, I won't let you make excuses for me.
Susanoo, throw me right now.
Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you. And not just once, but 5 times.
That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it?
Did a lot.
Please, you must.
So she's willing.
Just take hold of me and throw me. Do it. Don't even think about it.
No. I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life.
Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
Allow me.
Fucking shoot him.
Observe you're throwing several techniques with a great interest. I confess I was most impressed.
When did he see that? He's everywhere, man. He just knows everything.
I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling.
Oh, well, in a way. It's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an
Ancient jujutsu of a Jujutsu Kaisen technique. She fights demons. Apparently it's called the Susato takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me.
How beguiling. I am a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I'm somewhat an accomplished boxer.
Yeah, that's the Western fighting style. Here he goes, dancing around again. Yeah, I guess if you've never seen boxing before, you're gonna be like, what is that stance? What are you doing?
I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw.
I kind of like that blank smile stare that Susato's got going on. The like,
Do you really?
Yes, I'd be honored.
yo. I don't want Sholmes to know the Susato takedown. He's gonna use it on us.
He's gonna be like, old friend, it's been a while.
Fucking...
Takedown.
I call that the Sholmes takedown. Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear.
Oh, no, she's... Oh, it's coming.
Oh, of course.
Oh, no, here it
she's gonna
comes.
Do it to us.
Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
Can't you
Sorry?
demonstrate on him?
Hiya!
As you can see, you throw from the abdomen.
Oh, yes, arresting indeed. And that is what you term the Susato takedown, is it?
Actually, no. And that was a Susato squash.
Oh, I'm in pain. Please help.
In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Yo, what? Karuma? Karma?
That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down from generations of the Asagis.
Yo, this sword is so long! It's that Gurren Lagann sword at the beginning where he's like unsheathing it forever. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely. Oh, and his headband is tied around the hilt.
A Japanese man's sword is a sword, Ryunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that.
Are we gonna be D'Artagnan? We're gonna be D'Artagnan with the sword at our, like, it's telling me stuff. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two? Not that you would need much compelling.
On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain, and I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me.
Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through the end with you.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
That important thing he had to do.
He never told us what it was.
I still don't know what that was.
But you want the sword to be
Oh.
like, if it's this way in my hill, when I
Yeah.
look up, he's guilty. If it's the other way,
he's gonna be free, yeah. I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. Oh my goodness, yo. Oh my god. We're on chapter 2 and this is so intense already.
Yeah.
And oh
We're
my
already very
god.
attached to our characters.
Yeah, not gonna lie, an hour and a half ago I thought we were like, I thought that was, like an hour and a half ago I thought, okay, this is a good time to stop the stream, but then a lot happened and we're not ending in the middle of that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow, the adventure.
Finish another case.
We finished a second case in 2 sittings. Oh my goodness. I'm very glad I checked my schedule before the stream and that I could stay up late, because otherwise I would have had hesitations of continuing to play. Because that chapter was fantastic. Oh my goodness. And
I can't believe this game never came here before.
I can't believe this game never came here before. I now suspect the only reason is straight up Sherlock Holmes. That's the only thing I can think of is the like, oh, you have Sherlock Holmes in your game, you can't release it, blah 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 blah. Because that one friggin' family that owns the rights to his name.
That you can't have
That
a
you
feeling.
can't have a Sherlock Holmes with emotion in it, or we'll copyright the fuck out of you. Yeah, F that family. Only for that reason, you know. Maybe they're not terrible outside of that,
it's funny,
but
though, because even though this character is clearly inspired
oh, this
and
dude,
supposed to be Sherlock Holmes,
he is not.
He really doesn't come off like the books of Sherlock Holmes if you've ever read them.
I haven't. So CaptnmcD is saying he is not a Sherlock Holmes.
I haven't read the end ones, which are the supposed ones where he gets more emotion.
Okay.
But he seems far too goofbally.
Yeah, this is not the Sherlock Holmes that is copyrightable. Wow. I mean, I normally like to save summaries of the games till the end and stuff. Oh, and it's there. But I do want to have a summary of the chapter just because so much happened there. And as far as the writing goes, I'm really liking how the stories develop, really. I also I really like the feeling that it kind of leaves you with, in that it's like, oh my god, he was assassinated, or oh no, it was her, she was murdering him. But then it's like, when you see all the stories come together, it's not just, it feels like it's a story not written from just Naruhodo's perspective.
Yeah.
Like, the story takes into account so much of the other character on the side of the thing.
They're not all just like murders. In a lot of the cases, we have somebody who went to do the crime.
Yeah.
This one was an accidental crime. Have we really had many accidental crimes in the other
I
cases?
can't even say that I recall one. An accidental case. Or, I mean, there are misunderstandings and whatnot,
Like,
for
there's
sure.
more reluctancy of people, but they had an active play in this. This one,
Yeah.
like the trip on the cat, and we think the push is more of a like
Survival
reaction
instinct.
than an actual like I am maliciously going to push this man.
It's like this. The push for me comes off as I need to stop him. I need to do something. What can I do? I can push him.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just what that boils down to.
So
Because
yeah, I think that because of, as you're saying, the more stories
Mhm.
weaving together and people having
backstory going into it, it's less like, hello, I'm evil McBad guy. Right? Like, I appreciate that the writing is getting more complex. I mean, granted, in the earlier games, the cases overall had a story, but it felt like it was more between one particular of the case villains, or the prosecutor.
yeah, the story overall
It was
with
you and the prosecutors, yeah.
and like the people around the court system.
Whereas this one, I'm sure we're gonna see Swan Hat Lady again. I'm dead certain we're gonna see her again. But
Well, because we've got 2 games in here too.
oh, we've got 2 games in here too. Yeah, I mean, we don't even know the scope of how well they'll connect each other. But yeah, I enjoy that a story becomes more compelling the more human all characters become. I find. Because if your villain is just evil McBad guy, you're like, well, why is he doing it? Oh, he's just evil. He had a shitty life. He's evil. But when you have the perspective of this girl was just, she's on the run for her life. And like, you can understand it, and she's going to be put away for a bit, but it's going to be for a different, I mean, I imagine a different class of crime. So it's interesting, and it makes me want to know more about her story, even, because I think that's what a good writing makes you want to know more about everyone that's involved. Yeah, you that seem to catch that.
I'm just thinking about other stories that we really like. It's usually when everybody in the world has a full story. Like, that's what I like in Fullmetal Alchemist, that every single character you can see like their career path and their goals and motivations and how they line up. So this one is having full, anybody who comes on screen has development. Like even Hosonaga, it seems like he's going to be a
in case that was quiet, but I'm trying to take steps to avoid that. But it's what makes story in that every character in Fullmetal Alchemist has a story and their reason for being involved in the plot. Good, malicious or benevolent characters all have very fleshed out stories and reasons for the way they are. Even some villains that seem chaotic, like let's say it's Kimli, I think is the one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, he's chaotic and he's definitely like, yeah, he'll murder people and whatnot, but his character is more than just that.
Yeah.
Even. And I like when, even the bad guys, even if you don't sympathize with them necessarily, the fact that you understand them and makes them intriguing is really neat.
They're different.
And that they're all different. All their motivations for even joining an evil side are different. Some of them straight up are evil McBad guy.
Yes.
But some of them are just, I'm a lost soul, I needed power, or like, I'm siding with the side I think is gonna win.
Because this seems like it'll have a lot of flavor in bad guys, not just the same motivations.
Which I appreciate. Anyway, I feel like we could go off onto like a whole podcast of like story writing and whatnot for like hours, but we do have to cut the stream off at some point. That being said, we'll be playing this again next weekend. We will await CaptnmcD's schedule to find out when it is. If you are not able to check up on the regular 9 p.m. Saturday, Sunday, Monday stream times, the VODs will be up on youtube.com/pixelated, PIKSELATED. It is linked below if you would like to see how we went through all the cases so far. It's a little chunky. Some of the streams got cut in half, so I've made a playlist. I'm going to organize it and make it all look nicer later, but the vids are there, so now you can check that out. With all that being said, we're going to say good night. Thank you all for watching. It's been that was an intense stream. That was a lot. That was a really good stream. I hope you all have a good night. Thanks for hanging out, and we will catch you all next time on the Dead Pixel stream. Have a good evening.